A curse has befallen the region of Icewind Dale, in the form of an unrelenting winter that has slowly chipped away at those who live here for 2 long years. Most have lost the will to believe it will ever end, as hundreds of adventurers have flocked to this region in an attempt to end the curse and go down in history. None have succeeded. Those who do live to tell their tales are left frozen and mutilated by the horrors of the region. Join us as an unlikely group of adventurers come together to try and best these lands and put an end to the curse.
I made some elote, steak, potatoes, and he had some rolls too. All he asked for was elote, so that's what.
Never fails.
I don't even know what that is.
Every
This is
time
a
I
good
go
intro
live,
to the stream.
Jacob's getting cut off by someone else.
Holy shit, that looks
This is a
so
great-
fucking good.
This is a great intro to the stream.
That is this a Texas staple?
Elote is actually like Hispanic.
Cool.
It's really good.
It looks really good.
Yep. And on that note, welcome to Tabletop Tyranny. My name is Jacob, and these are my amazing players. Say hi, amazing players.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. So like always, we are back again on a Friday instead of a Sunday. Now we're going to be moving to Fridays for the foreseeable future, and yeah, deal with it. But yeah, anyway, so thanks for stopping by. Pull up a seat, grab some popcorn or some snacks, and enjoy the show. Yeah, so if you're kind of a first-time viewer, thanks for tuning in. It means a lot, and we appreciate it. But without further ado, we're going to start tonight's session. Usually, I like to start these sessions by asking a question for a chance for the players to earn a bout of inspiration. All of our players, except for our beloved Aarakocra Fiska, has one, so I'm going to just pretty much address her with this question. It's going to be a relatively simple question. It's going to be from last session. And I would hope that you know, but what was the dear name of our dear new friend of the goblin who joined us at the behest of Lorien?
I know
fuck. I didn't write this name down, but I remember it. It was very close to Smeagol or Gollum, but I forget exactly what it was, unfortunately. But I'm scrolling.
I'll give you. You know that other people can help you if you feel. Want to phone a friend?
Close. Yeah, it's very close to his Hobbit name.
Oh.
Very close.
It was Smeagol?
There you go. You
Was it
answered it.
Smeagol?
Smeagol. It is
Okay.
Smeagol.
Smeagol.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Go ahead and take your inspiration.
Thank oh Lord.
Yep. Good old Smeagol. Yeah. So we're gonna go into a bit of a recap for those that missed last week, and this is kind of a brief rundown. Feel free to check our stream out on YouTube, Tabletop Tyranny. Oh dear God, what was that noise? Is that the fabled microphone noise? Did I finally get to hear it?
I didn't hear it. What was it?
Oh, maybe with my schizophrenia acting up.
It's your new mic.
Anyways, guys. Anyways, a little bit of recap. So, with the battle settled, the goblin battle settled. The party was left to interrogate the single living goblin, who we just learned his name was Smeagol. They were able to loot the goblin tower and retrieve that single note that they had seen the falcon trying to fly away with earlier, and they were able to talk to the Goliath. That's kind of all of a summed up version. There's much more that goes into it if you tune into our last session. But the most important thing through all this dialogue that did occur was that probably the most important information was that the note that the guys and the girlies had found on the falcon was read. I don't know what's going on with me. It said preparations have begun and must be maintained before Mindu arrives in Kakalak. Scurry the lands and bring back anything of value. Within a month, the Silent Storms will bless us with their rains. Signed, Chief Yardnock. Eventually, once the entire party could kind of learn this information naturally, it seemed to have resonated more with Jayla, who had a darker past with the Silent Storms. To which Jayla did eventually come forward and reveal a little bit of information about her backstory to the party. And additionally, the party had somehow adopted a single living goblin named Smeagol, with the hope that he would be of more use, hopefully, With more to talk about on their journey back to Bryn Shannon, the party found themselves pushing the heavy iron ingot-filled sleigh that they had been tasked to retrieve further back towards the town. The party, they did travel. They long rested throughout the night. Yes, Lorian.
It was me and Elazol. We were pushing the. The party wasn't doing. Let's just.
Lorian and Elzel used their incredible strength of thigh muscles to push the cart back to Bryn Shannon.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
But with the night and exhaustion wearing heavy on them, they did rest on the way back, woke up, and continued to travel to Bryn Shannon, to which they did arrive, thankfully with no blizzards or nothing that kind of pulled their attention, except as they were passing through the gates, they did notice that they overheard a guard's conversation, and it sounded like there was some kind of ordeal going about some missing weapons that had come up. But the party chose to mind their business, and for the moment, they decided to finish their quest that they had been on, returning the iron ingot. They remember that they had to meet Haruna, Crux, and Storm at the Temple of the Triad, where the party pulled up with the iron sled. Elazel, Fiska, and Nicopod decided to go in, while the other two acted as guards on the sled. And while inside, the muscle was outside, very much impressing the local Delpho.
We're like doing flexing inside.
While inside Ichabod and Fiska, they successfully found the dwarves where the dwarves asked the party if they could push the sled over to Black Iron Blades, and once there, the dwarves would meet the party, turn in the ingots to the shopkeep, and reward the party with their 50 gold piece gems. Meanwhile, Elzo, as well being inside, noticed that there was a cot that had multiple clergymen and women around it. And upon walking over and seeing what all the commotion was about, he noticed that there was a boy in a catatonic state. Their hand had this very old, it had like a, sort of like a metallic residue or some sort of strange marking on his hand. Very unclear what it was, but being the cleric as he is, Elzel reached out, grabbed the hand, and sent a jolt of lightning throughout the child. Sorry, I had a burp. As Elzel sent this shock of lightning, there's this unfamiliar, very foreign surge of evil magic that passed through Elzel's body upon doing so. Whereupon, Elzel took a lot of damage, 17 points of necrotic damage, if I remember. And upon doing so, the boy awoke. And as they awoke, they popped up. Their eyes were that very familiar icy blue that the party has encountered out throughout their time in Icewind Dale. In a very shocked state by this, Elzel requested the attention of one of the temple's high priestesses, a priestess named Seraphina Lightweaver. She was this beautiful elven woman who had these very dark, think of like blacksmith goggles. She's very dark goggles. Seraphina approached as Elzel, and Elzel informed her of some of the things that he had seen and warned her about the boy, seeing that there seems to be a tendency between these blue-eyed folk and weird going-ons. Seraphina approached the boy. From what Elzo could just glimpse, he didn't really hear. It looked like they were talking about, she was asking him basic medical questions like, "Are you all right? How are you?" And the boy was, he was conscious and was able to reply to her. But Seraphina turned around, and as she turned around, Elzo was able to see that she had taken her goggles off, and beneath these goggles, Seraphina had those same familiar icy blue eyes. And that's kind of where we ended the session. So we're going to pick back up in that exact moment. Seraphina, she just turns around, her dark goggles kind of dangling around her neck, and you see her icy blue eyes are just very piercing. They feel as if they pierce right through your soul, and they are just strangely familiar at this point, as you have seen it several times in Icewind Dale, and it's every time you've seen it, there's always been some sort of negative or bad aspect. But she's just looking.
I was just gonna say, so when she first came down and I was talking to her, like all the way up until she started talking to the boy, could I not see her eyes at all?
No, she had the goggles she has. The goggles are like, think of the darkest shade over. Like they're just like blacksmith goggles.
Gotcha.
But the tint, the lens themselves are just dark. It's
understood.
It would have been one of those things where you would have to have gotten like right up in her face and say, "What the hell?" But yeah, the goggles they were so dark that it blocked even just the simple glance through them.
Black visors.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, she, know, her eyes are a near identical set to the small child. And she is turning and she's beginning to walk over to you, Elazelle. And she's heading in your direction. Did you want to do anything or?
No, but I mean, it's very obvious on my face that I'm kind of taken aback. But if I don't sense, I mean, I guess I could, like, can I check, like, has her body language changed? Does she look like any more, like, aggressive or intimidating or anything?
You can make an insight check, yeah, to kind of pick up on these, like, subtle movements of her body.
All right. 16.
Yeah, you notice that her body language has not changed. She is still presenting the same way she was when she first addressed you and first came down the stairs. Regardless of these icy blue eyes, her demeanor, everything about her just exudes warmth and comfort.
Okay.
And you can really pick up on like that's what a cleric is, right? This is someone that takes care of people, and she embodies that whole perfect ideal. But she does walk over towards you, and she's, you know, still has that warm atmosphere around her. But she approaches and she says to you, "Well, the child seems to be healthy and responsive to the questions I asked. I will personally keep a careful watch over him, and if I see anything strange, I will document it and make sure the other clergymen and clergywomen know of these strange findings if they do occur. I'm not going to say they will. I don't want to jinx it, but." Throughout my years, I have seen miracle upon miracle, and usually there are side effects. And if the boy's eyes pigmentation has changed, it could possibly have been a side effect of whatever was affecting him at the time, having been broken. While I was over there, I overheard the rest of the clergy whispering their praises for you. So I'm assuming that you must be well talented and versed in your clerical ways, Elazelle.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, I'm new. I'm fairly new to it. And when I heard that none of them could do anything, I figured I'd try something a little different. I used lightning. I just sent a small shock through his body, and he responded to it. I mean, and I mean, you had to heal me. You saw it. It damaged me touching him. You said the black mark was gone off his hand, right?
Yeah, the black mark disappeared as soon as you shocked it, and he came back. It had disappeared from his body.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say I'm well trained in being a cleric. I made a decision, and it seemed to work in some way. Yeah.
Well, I mean, still, that's impressive. I mean, you know, sometimes abnormal cures are out there, and it seems that you have found something. I wouldn't say it's a cure, but it's something that works in the meantime. It's strange. I've never used lightning, but maybe I will figure out a way to try to use lightning in the future. I will say this: you had mentioned that there was, while you were out in the wilderness, that you have seen those icy blue eyes before. And did you mention anything about seeing any other markings? I can't remember.
I think I said
to her
that there were snowflakes, yeah, as well.
Well,
I would just repeat it. I was like, yeah, a snowflake, which I did not see on the boy, so that makes me question a little bit what's going on with him. But
well, if you ever do come across these same symptoms out in the wilderness with some kind of snowflake that you mentioned on their head, I would suggest, for knowledge's sake, maybe observe and learn what you can. See what happens. I know that seems kind of unethical from a cleric perspective, but I mean, at this point, being well informed would help all of Tintown.
That would be a good idea, except we already know what happens, because there was a dwarf with the snowflake on his head, and he attacked half my party. So I mean...
Was it the first time it's not the first time you've run into that incident, right? Have there been any other chances where the snowflake appeared and nothing attacked you? Or has it always just been attack, attack, attack?
Yeah, the Yeti had a snowflake, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the only other time something was upright, it was a very, very large male Yeti, and so yeah, I mean, it was attack, and we had to defend ourselves. The rest of the time, remind me if I'm wrong here, but the rest of the time, the bodies weren't moving.
Yes. Well, it's just a thought. If you ever do have that opportunity, maybe observing from a distance and then setting up something, maybe you can dispose of whatever happens to, just any more information you could gather would help us and rather all of Tin Towns. And I'm sure the town speaker would rejoice at this information. Duvessa, she's a great leader, but anything that's new to her, she would like to know and kind of nip it in the bud, as they say. But once again, I'm thankful for you. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've never met anyone of your motions with their hand, anyone of your exact make. But I hope Icewind Dale is treating you fair. I know it's an unkindly area, and there's not much hope around, but
it's been something. Something really surprising, actually, is that the cold hasn't really seemed to affect me like it affects others. It's felt nice. We were caught in a blizzard for a little bit, and that, I mean, the blizzard, it wasn't too pleasant, but the rest of the time it's been refreshing, which is very surprising since I grew up further south. No snow, no cold.
That is unusual, but it's not something I've never heard of before. I mean, if I do say so myself, and she leans a little closer, sometimes I think the cold feels quite nice. Some people complain about it, but it doesn't really bother me either. I mean, I still get cold, don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad as people here make it out to be. And I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but maybe I'm just warm-blooded, thick-skinned.
Right. How close are we to other people? Like, can anyone else hear us talking, or are we far enough away?
At this point, you guys are in a more off to the side. The other clergymen are. You can make a perception check to see if anyone else is watching you. But from what your passive perception, you just see a bunch of clergymen and women running around healing various people.
18.
Yeah, you feel confident that no one is listening to you.
Can I ask you about something that I just recently learned about? It was kind of a reason I came up here, but not. I didn't really expect to find much, but then it found me. This information. Have you ever heard of the name Anazi Gazul?
You see her expression is one of confused stature. Is that a person? Is that a place?
It's a person. I can see by your face that that's probably a no. What about the Netheril Empire? Anything?
She has the same expression.
Yeah.
I am sorry to report I don't really know what those are, but I could look. Can't guarantee. I don't have many historical. That sounds like something a historian would know.
Right. How long have you been here? How long have you been in your position?
Oh, a nice window. I've been here for maybe 2 years at this point. I've been a high priestess for as long as I can remember. But recently, ascended to this temple here. And it's been about 2 years, and I've never heard of those mention of that name or of this Netheril you speak of.
Where did you come from? Where were you before?
I came from Waterdeep. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Yeah. I come from not not too far from there. I'm closer to there than I am to here, that's for sure. Okay.
It's, I remember. Oh, you see her kind of go blank for a second, like her expression goes blank. Yeah, Waterdeep was a nice place when I was, but that's long in the past. I do want to extend a. She extends her. I do want to extend a handshake. She says that I want to extend a handshake to you, very awkwardly. And she says, it's nice to have another cleric in Tin Towns. There's not many of us, and not many people can heal, which you seem well versed in medicine, at least from what I've seen. Even though you said you don't have much experience, it does seem vastly different than those that have been here a while as clerics. But I do appreciate your aid, and if you ever need any clerical guidance or training, I am sure the temple can find a spot for you, or I could even extend a session or two of training you. What I know, if you're up to that. But if you're busy, I understand.
That's it depends on how long we're gonna be here. I'm not sure the timeline, but if we're here long enough, I'll come back and I'll reach my hand out, and I'm going to, as I shake her hand, I'm gonna send like a little charge. Not to hurt her, just to more like a tickle, like more like I rub my socks on the carpet and then and just smile as I do it.
Yeah, and she you can tell she feels it. You feel her muscles kind of stiffen for a second and then relax just as the electricity kind of stiffened them. But she laughs and she's like, well, maybe I can learn that too, and return the favor one.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time. I'm sorry if I interrupted you. I appreciate you taking
worry about it. Don't. And it's, it's nice to know that there are more people out there that actually care about helping people. It's not often that this land offers that sort of resource, and most people here are just bitter and kind of lost. And so it's kind of up to me to kind of keep people in the high spirits as best as I can through what I can do. But I truly appreciate you, and bug me anytime, please. It's so boring in there, up there. She motions towards where she came down from.
I just say, to be honest, those bitter, those cynical people, that could have been me, but I made a choice, or I was given a choice, and I'm. This has been interesting, but I'm happy with the choice I've made thus far. So.
Oh, I hope this isn't proper of me to ask, but who do you worship?
Estitia?
You see that she recognizes that name. Wow, that's there's not many like you up here, at least.
No. No.
I know of, at least.
Yeah, it was that was another choice I made. Golden Fields is where I'm from, and that's not who they worship in Golden Fields, but a teacher of mine made sure that I was aware that I didn't have to worship who they worshipped. And, she taught me about, all of them, all of the gods, all of the choices. And it seemed the most fitting, despite there really being no one else around who shared that. But that's nothing new to me. I grew up with no one really sharing what I had, so it seemed fitting.
Praise Estitia. I'm sorry if I butchered that.
No.
I haven't had to say that name in a while.
No, it's good. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Try to stay warm.
It hasn't been a problem thus far. Then I turn around, I just look over my shoulder and say thank you. And then on my way out, since Elazel's he has no idea what happened with that boy.
Yes.
As he's walking out, he'll just brush by another patient, one that seems like they need a lot less help, but still, may need healing.
Yeah.
And just like a drive-by heal, just brush his hand against their arm and give him a little bit of healing.
Yeah, and you pass by this man that's got like a bandage on his shoulder, and you kind of just like do a drive-by, as you say, and you do heal him. Go ahead. Are you using like healing word, or what do you?
It'll be cure wounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, extend the spell slot. Let me know what you roll.
10.
Yeah. You do a drive-by, and he stands up and leaves the building without saying a word. Like you touch him, and he quickly responds. He gets up and beats you out of the building. But
yeah.
I would say if you don't have inspiration, take a point of inspiration. But I think you already have.
I do. Elazel, sees him kind of rush by and just kind of hangs his head a little bit, not in sadness, just and smiles and walks out of the building.
Yep. Yeah. So we go back a little bit in the timeline a little bit. Elazel, you're still kind of talking to Seraphina Lightweaver. Ichabod, Fiska, you guys come out and you see Lauren and Jayla. Lauren and Jayla, what do you guys have been doing this whole time? Y'all just been flexing, as you were saying earlier?
No, he's probably not flexing. He's probably just leaned up against the ingots, just kind of sitting there looking around, seeing if he sees anything. But I mean, not particularly doing much of anything.
Sure.
Yes.
Just being a guard,
Yeah, you while you are guarding, if Fiska and Ichabod, you guys are still inside. This is kind of a little bit before y'all arrive out there. You do see that captain, which you now clearly see, the guy that was yelling at those two guards earlier was a captain. He looks like he is well of status. You do see him enter. You do see him enter like a small little shed, which you realize isn't a shed, but it's actually a very, very dive bar. It's called the. It's called.
Write this down, guys.
Feel free not to write this down. You see he goes into.
What door was it, Jacob?
He goes into the hook knucklehead, which is it's kind of a trader inn / dive bar, but it's more dive bar than trader inn. But those kind of go hand in hand. But you do see that guy. He enters the building. You see him disappear into that building, and then if you choose not to pursue, you see him eventually.
I would turn to Jayla and I'd be like, "Do you think I could go in there and talk to him real quick? You think that'd be a problem?"
Just don't do anything stupid.
Okay.
I'm just warning you, because last time you went off, you got us in a pickle.
Well, I was in the pickle. Anyways, old wounds and all that.
As long as you don't lie, I don't care. Go.
Well, maybe I will. To him, not to you. Anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna be in there real quick. Just get the information we need.
Okay, cool.
Come get me if I take too long.
Okay, I guess.
Okay. And I'll walk over.
Be safe.
Kind of.
Die.
Oh. Kind of.
Well, don't die, of course, but.
Yep. So sounds good. Thanks for caring. And I'll walk to the knucklehead.
Hook knucklehead. Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk over to this building, and as you get closer, you do see that it is very much older than the rest of the buildings in here, but it is standing proudly. It's still standing somehow through the everlasting winter. And as I said before, it's a trader inn kind of dive bar, so there are many traders in here. People more of them so appear to be scrimshanders, but you have your fair fishermen. You just have various skilled workers in this building. And as you enter the building, you see that this common room fills up the entirety of the space. It is a very spacious area. The tables are spaced far enough from one another so that the various conversations that do occur in this building can happen in private. Which is also aided by the loud sounds of heavy winds, as it seems that the winds just penetrate through every plank of wood within this building. There are very much loud drafts that when you walk in, some of your hair kind of gets, moved through the wind. But it's very much a rowdy, noisy place. We're drinking, and you see that gentleman at the bar drinking an ale, kind of minding his own business, just kind of leaned across the bar.
I'll just, I guess I'll walk up to him, and I'll just be like, sir? I won't tap him, but I'll just be like, sir?
Yeah, he turns around and he's like, what can I do you for?
So I heard you were yelling at the guards earlier about, weapons and stuff going missing.
He gives you a quick up and down glance, like he's trying to read your body language. And he looks at you, his eyes kind of narrow a little bit, and he begins to be quiet. You overheard me yelling at my workers.
I mean, you weren't that subtle.
He scratches his temple a little bit. Fuck. Yes. That has happened.
Right. Well, I've heard about trade routes being attacked as of late. I was doing some work for some merchants and protecting caravans and such, and I've heard of that. Is there something you need help with? I may not be able to help you, but if it's convenient, I definitely could try. I wouldn't want to see Bryn Shander without arms.
I don't know of anything about caravans being attacked, but if you have expertise in this area, then by all means I would like, if you are able to, keep it on the low. I don't want Duvessa finding out and she would fire me. Doesn't do well for a sheriff to lose half the supply of weaponry.
Half? Wow.
Armory. But if you can keep this information a secret, the last thing I would want is for the public to hear about this information. The need to maintain safety, the appearance of safety is crucial.
We wouldn't want people to panic.
Yes.
Right.
It's
Your
awesome.
secret, I'll whisper. Your secrets are safe with me.
Good. Well, how would your how does this expertise work? Do you charge a fee or?
Typically, yes. You're the sheriff, so we could do favors depending on how much pool you have.
Oh, it depends on the ask.
Well, it's half the armory's supply, so you need this pretty desperately, at least. And this is only if I get the stuff back, so you can, feel free. But I need details, really.
For sure. I just recently learned of this happening by those two guards, but I could say that if I was to go about it in an unlawful manner.
Hypothetically.
Can we talk outside for a second?
Sure. Actually, I have a business associate of mine out there that she'd love to meet you. She's a very friendly person, so.
Perfect. And if she's an ally of yours and
yes,
your experience, and this would be worthwhile.
Yes.
He walks outside before you, then kind of waits for you to kind of go in front of him to lead him.
Yeah, I'll lead the way to my Minotaur compatriot.
He follows suit. Jayla, you, more so less see, you hear this gentleman approaching you, obviously.
Before they get to me, all you see is Jayla going, and then she just like tilts her head back and sighs, and she's like, waiting for them to come back over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you hear them approaching as you look upwards.
Jayla, meet. What did you say?
My name is Sheriff Markham.
Sheriff Markham.
I am in charge of the security in this establishment, this town, settlement.
Right.
Whatever you choose to describe it as.
The trade hub of Icewind Dale.
Okay.
But, go on.
Your friend here says that you are well versed in finding lost items, and you overheard some conversation that he was, at my own fault, I was a little angry and I yelled at, and you might have overheard too if you came in to the city at the same time. Excuse me, that L was just hitting. Oh, sorry. Basically, do you want to talk about payment now, or should we just go over what I would assume should happen, or what I would do in this situation?
Give us the details and we can decide what it's worth.
So, this morning, I came across my guards, and you did over here. It seems that they have misplaced half of our town's weaponry. That's a big hit, especially if we come under attack from any savages or gnolls or any kind of owlbears on the outskirts of the city. It's a big hit. It's crucial that we maintain this town's appearance of safety. And I was telling your friend earlier, about a minute ago, that if I wanted to do this in an unlawful way, that those two guards, that are still on shift, they probably know more than they are letting on. I can't hurt my workers. I can't ask them questions that are wrongful to ask. But one of them lives 3 blocks away from the gate, and if something to have happened to him on his way home, where he gets taken aside or questioned discreetly, I'm sure that information would be forthcoming. That's just me being hypothetical.
So you think it's an inside job?
It is Icewind Dale. Everything's an inside job.
Calling me surprised. I didn't expect the sheriff to ask us to jump one of his guards.
I don't know what you're speaking about, sir, but...
Well,
it was a hypothetical statement. It was a rhetorical...
Neither here nor there.
Yes.
And then what?
You guys are the experts, so, I mean... Maybe they give information, or maybe they have the weapon stashed somewhere.
Sure.
I don't know. I can look into this matter on my own, but if you are experienced at this kind of task, then you tell me, what would you do? What would you do?
I mean, definitely interrogate them.
What?
Make them talk.
They are still part of the workforce here, so I would like to see them unbroken.
Just a little broken?
Do we get extra for that?
Yeah, if we don't hurt them, we get extra pay, because it's way easier just to hurt them.
And you're hiring us under the...
I have roughly 200 gold pieces on it at the moment. I could possibly scrounge up 100 more if my men were unharmed in this, and the problem was settled completely. If the weapons have been returned, then you can guarantee that extra change would come forward.
Sure.
But if you aren't able to secure the lost resources, or if you're unable to provide any relevant information, or any more help, then you feel like you've hit a wall, I would be forthcoming with the money. This is an exchange of services. I think this payment respects some sort of secrecy. I want to remind you, the public cannot know about this. You have no ties with me, and I will turn the blind eye towards your doings at the moment, but if Vessa finds out, I will play idiot. I will not know what's happening.
Okay,
You guys will be susceptible to being arrested.
when the job's done, where are we gonna find you?
How long do you think it's going to take?
I don't fucking know. Depends on where the weapons are.
He looks at you a little taken aback.
I just said, yeah. What she said.
My hype man.
Yeah. About this time, and as you asked this question, about this time, Ichabod and Fiska, you guys, you do exit the establishment. You do see Jayla and Lorian a little further away with the sheriff, this gentleman. You can't really hear too well what they're saying, but you see they're still kind of near the sled. The sled's fine. Jayla, you asked this question. Well, I'll be at home, but I could foresee myself going towards one of the local spots in town. If you have any suggestions, I would be fine meeting
How about just here?
at this very spot.
No, smartass. Across the street where you came from.
The Hook Knucklehead.
Yes.
Sure. Al, you
Mm.
are.
I know, I'm nice. Thanks.
You are
I told
very.
you she was friendly.
Icewind Dale has had its way with you, I'm afraid. You are a professional, and I respect your professional vocabulary.
Finally.
Was that an insult?
No.
Seemed passive aggressive, but okay.
So, also, depending on, at the time of will we bring them back, we may decide, maybe we want a favor from you. Instead of the money. But I'm just saying, keep that on the table.
Probably on top of the money, because we usually charge a lot more.
Well, if that's what my business partner says.
I need you to make a deception check. He's gonna make an insight check on this.
Damn it!
Lorian is helping you in this aspect, so you can roll with advantage.
Okay, cool.
He's kind of backing up, supporting you.
Okay. Yeah. Where is deception? Turn on. Oh, okay. Dirty 20.
Yeah, he rolled a 14, so he believes what you say. Well, that can only be expected. I thank you for your price cut in this situation. I really appreciate that, and the town of Brynshanda appreciates that as well.
Well, when it's for the good of the city.
By favor, what do you mean by favor? Is there a little bit more to that? Because favors can be bad or good, and I don't want to lose title, position, or frankly,
Well,
be convicted of something wrong.
like we're keeping this hush for you. Maybe you'll have to keep it hush for us. We don't know what the deal or favor is gonna be yet, so.
Okay. Well, anything that breaks the laws, I cannot uphold good faith, but I will respect the favor and I will see it through to the best that I can. Shall we shake on it then?
Well, the funny thing about favors and the law is that you just don't have to be there sometimes, and it's like, who knows if someone broke the law? Wasn't there? Yes, let's shake on it. Jayla? She's my business partner.
Jayla?
Oh,
My
you want me to
senior.
shake?
Yes.
He just has his hand reached out in y'all's direction.
Okay, I shake it and I squeeze a little hard.
Oh, strong grip.
Alright.
You, sir? He reaches his hand towards you.
Oh, yes. And then I'll back up a little bit so my arms can come out all the way. Yeah, and then I'll shake.
He shakes your hand.
Oh, quick question. What are the guards' names so we don't mistakenly
Right.
interrogate too hard?
Yes. So one of the guards' name is Buford.
No.
The other one is Buford. Yes.
Balajit.
I don't know how to spell that.
Buford. Buford. And the other one's name is Chicken Wing Sunday.
What?
His name is Chicken Wing Sunday.
It's like a
Um,
nickname we got in high school.
It's Chicken Wing Sunday. You gotta say it really fast.
Whoever named him hated him.
Names come in all shapes and sizes. And all
The first thing they
everything.
saw when he was born.
Honey,
those are
we
the
gotta
gods'
get
names.
to Chicken Wing Sunday.
No,
I'm
they just
craving
had
it.
him at a food court. That's what happened.
Maybe. They were
Yeah.
watching Alton Brown.
Yep. He those are their names. And as agreed upon, 200 gold with any relevant information or credible source of lead. 300 gold in the favor if the swords are delivered. Everything's delivered. The problem's dealt with quietly, discreetly. I think that's fair. Fair arrangement. I appreciate your offer, and thank you so much for helping Bryn Shanders. Will not go unnoticed.
Cool.
Okay,
Well,
All right. Bye.
go enjoy your drink.
howdy-ho.
Oh,
He goes back in and drinks. Well, he goes towards the door. Thinks about drinking, and he's like, "Fuck." You hear him say, "Fuck, I got paperwork," and he heads off towards another spot in town.
gotta go.
Lorian,
Ichabod, Fiska, you are at the sled watching this happen. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, Jayla.
I was just gonna say, Lorian, why do you always get jobs that need to be secretive?
It's people pay more for secret jobs,
Okay.
and he just looked like he needed help. And seeing
To
Bryn,
see fast, yeah.
exactly. But to see Bryn Shander without half their armory worries me. And then I'll just whisper to her, knowing that, in Kakalok, that things are changing there, and the goblins attacking and such.
Yeah.
Should we have mentioned that to him? Whatever. He can pay us extra for that.
Okay.
And I'll turn around, hear the footsteps in the snow to my compatriots. Well, we got a job. We just, we don't have to do it, but it's like 200 gold, or 300 gold and some extra stuff. We,
Like, Lauren, you and your jobs, what's it now?
Me and I'll whisper to them kind of the spiel that was given.
I was like, oh, this almost sounds legit.
Yeah, we don't even have to leave town.
Well,
Well,
it's
possibly.
it sounds like the weapons were taken out of town, but perhaps they weren't. They could still be stashed here. Some other party might want to be using them.
Especially with like half of the armory missing, it had to be noticed at least.
Yes. We've got to go interrogate some guards.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll be sneaky about it.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah. We still have to
Like,
go.
Sure would like to buy
interrogate.
some weapons.
Um,
I don't know.
we were told not to hurt them, so we have to do it the hard way.
I mean, what's he gonna do though? I guess we could get arrested.
I mean, have
I
10
mean-
towns against us.
I could just hold my scimitar to his throat. That's not hurting him. I mean, not physically, maybe mentally.
You guys can be pretty threatening. I don't think we need to go as far as hurting them.
Right. Probably not. They're just town guards, right?
Sorry,
Well,
back to my old days.
they're just trying to make a couple gold on the side, probably.
Times are tough.
How'd the temple go? Anything interesting in there?
Did y'all guys find who we were trying to look for?
Oh, right.
We found our dwarven friends. Runa suggested that the silver swords. Who were they?
Wasn't the outfitter?
Silent Storm.
Mm.
I have TSS written down. I'm like, what the crap does that stand for? Suggested that perhaps the Silent Storm is working with someone within 10 towns, and they seem pretty confident that it may have even been a town speaker that is working with them.
Ooh, right.
Jayla, do you know anything about any town speakers here?
Nope.
Okay.
When I usually find work, it's usually with maybe the sheriffs or the guards for escorting people and stuff. But...
So maybe a town speaker has something to do with the missing weapons.
True.
Just an
As
FYI,
you guys-
I am not with Fiska and Ichabod.
I was just about to bring you in. Yeah,
Okay.
as you guys are pondering this question, Elzel does make his way down into the fray of the party, just talking to him.
So can I rewind just for a second while I'm still in there?
Yeah, for sure.
Can I look around on my way out and just at a distance, like anyone who might be looking up, clergymen, women, patients, blue eyes, like, do I see a lot of them? Is it...
Right.
You need to make a perception check.
Sure.
This is you're actively looking for something.
Yeah. Just a 7.
There's not many others that you pick up on at this moment. There's so much hustle and bustle going about inside here, killing people. That you see any more blue eyes, but you do see that little boy eyes do follow you out the door. Just kind of just watching you. Not anything like you don't pick up anything. Maleficent. I don't know how to say that word. Malevolent. Doesn't pick anything
Malignant.
Malevolent. Fucking shit.
Malevolent.
You don't pick up any bad vibes. You don't pick up any bad vibes.
Gotcha.
Just watch the kid
I like
watch you out.
bad
Okay.
But yeah, at that point, Elzo kind of comes into the conversation as you guys are pondering about maybe a town speaker knows about the weapons or vice versa.
So I didn't hear the beginning of that, right? That we have.
No, you probably caught like maybe the last sentence that was muttered, which I think was Ichabod saying that, or Jayla ponding.
Yeah, about the town speaker stuff.
Okay. I just be like, what'd I miss?
Well,
Good lord.
You don't have to
Victorian
repeat
has
everything.
your
You can
job.
just like,
yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
That was a lot.
I mean, yeah. So, Fiska and Ichabod, you saw me in there with the other clerics, and I wanted to help, and I may have, but just a couple interesting bits of information. So, a boy had a black mark on his hand. He had a black mark on his hand from touching a strange rock. He was playing with a strange rock, and the mother said that he went into shock and went into a catatonic state. And so there were 4 other clerics trying to help him. They couldn't do anything. And, I just went over there thinking, oh, I could, lend a hand with healing. And when I saw that, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I could do with this. I'm new. But I made the decision to use a little bit of lightning, and it seemed to work. The black mark left his hand, and he woke up. And the interesting thing is he had very bright, piercing blue eyes, like we've seen before. There was no
You didn't chop his
snowflake.
head off, did you?
I did not know.
Okay.
There was no snowflake, and so I alerted the clerics, and I asked for them to call whoever was in charge. And so the high cleric, Seraphina, she was an elf, right? You said elf? yeah, Elf came down. I let her know what was going on. I let her know what we'd seen thus far, because the blue eyes were of concern, and, you know, she went over... Oh, I took a lot of damage, by the way. I was, like, almost dead. But I'm not anymore, because she's pretty badass.
Oh, right.
But in addition to being badass, she also has the same piercing blue eyes. So that's something. The High Cleric has some... I mean, I feel like some type of influence from Oral. I mean, that's my assumption, but again...
Maybe it's a... Is it like a Tin Towns thing? Like maybe it's like people that live up here have really blue eyes?
Well, the thing is the boy, I asked the mother, he didn't have blue eyes before he touched that rock. They were a completely different color, and so when he snapped out of his catatonic state, after I shocked him with my lightning, he had completely different color eyes. But he seemed fine. And the cleric, the high... Sorry, what?
I was gonna say, what kind of vibe did you get from the High Cleric?
She still seemed warm and comforting, and I got no... Like, so she was wearing goggles the whole time I was talking to her. Right. She went over to talk to the boy, and when she came back, she didn't have the goggles on anymore. That's when I saw the eyes. She seemed kind and nice, and I mean everything you would want a High Cleric to be, right? So one thing she did say was, you know, if you think about the those who we have run into with the blue eyes that we've had to actually fight against, they may have already been enemies in some way, and she said to try to observe from a distance. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you figure out they have blue eyes and watch them from a distance, but she said to just watch, and maybe we would learn something. So and she said any info we find might be good to share with Devessa, but I mean, I don't know, we don't know her really, right?
Not particularly.
Yeah, so but she feels, I mean, the cleric feels trustworthy at least, and she seems to trust Devessa, but she's only been here a couple years now. She came from Waterdeep. I don't know if that means anything. It doesn't mean much to me. But she also said, like, if we're here long enough to come in, and she would train me. So I don't know what I would get from that, but I just told her, like, I don't know how long we're here, but if we're here long enough that I'd pop in. But yeah, it was something. It was definitely not what I expected. I just wanted to help, and I guess I did. They're speaking highly of what I did, but I don't know what I did. So
the lessons would give you more of a chance to see if there's anything weird about her.
That's my thought. Like, if we are here long enough, I could learn something from her, what she's offering, and maybe learn something, you know, that she's not offering. Yeah. But yeah, that was my last half an hour.
We do have to be in East Haven within 3 days.
Right.
So
we also don't want to be in town on the last day of the month.
From my understanding, if they have you marked down, they'll just come look for you if you're not in town.
Yeah, but it's easier if we're not in that town.
Right.
But up to you. I've avoided it a couple times.
Well, we should get the iron.
Right. Yeah.
Sorted away.
Yeah, I mean, then... if I don't get a chance to go back, it's not a big deal. But if we are here long enough, it might be of benefit to us. So.
I also don't want to try to just trust any town speakers quite yet either, since we don't know who to trust. So
I mean, we can kind of just feel them out and talk to them if they're willing to talk to the public. I put in an appointment.
Well,
that's good.
Sometimes people that seem really kind are sketchy, so.
Right. Well, one thing I will say, I mean, Obviously, I don't fully trust her. She has the piercing blue eyes, and I think we all need to keep an eye out for other sets of blue eyes.
I get the joke.
Yeah.
Yes, that is worrying.
Yeah. But I mean, as I was leaving, I kind of looked around to try to see if anyone else had the same affliction. It's probably not the right word, but I couldn't see much. But the boy, he was watching me, that I brought back, but he wasn't watching me like maliciously or anything. He was just watching. So,
What?
The hills have eyes, I suppose.
Well, if you saved his life, perhaps he was just looking upon the one who, brought him back.
That's true. I mean, I don't know that he would have realized that to begin with, but the clerics, they were happy about the way things went down, so...
And you don't quite know what you did, or the outcome of what it was? Or...
No, I mean, my thought process was, I don't think I can offer anything more than the clerics can. So, maybe I'm the only one who has these lightning powers, and so I'm like, let's try this. And
right.
It worked. He woke up. The black mark disappeared. So, do we have any idea what the black rock he was playing with might be? Is that something that
could?
Well, it could be. Remember that little hole in the ground we found?
And the
that
flail
was covered in the
yes.
rock.
And the flail
was
that made
it?
our friend here kind of lose his mind.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Could be. I mean,
Well, when you first picked that up, what happened?
well, Fiska also had picked it up, but
Both of you, yeah. What happened?
I think there was kind of a really intense urge, a sense to do harm or some such, but I initially tangled with it quite well, and the weapon had its boons.
So it's possible, had you not succeeded, you may have ended up in the same state this boy did.
Perhaps.
Well, when I picked up the weapon, it made me want to hurt you all, but I wasn't very good at it, so it didn't matter much. So I
Right.
didn't.
Oh, excellent. That's good to know.
Well, let's try not to touch anything similar in the future.
Just a side point, it does worry me that this rock was found in Bryn Shander.
Yeah,
It makes me think...
It was just right outside a tavern. It was the Hook Knucklehead, right? I think that's what Jacob told me. Yeah. He just found it right outside the Hook Knucklehead and was playing with it. And
Well, we should look for it eventually, maybe just scan the area, but it also makes me worry that perhaps this metal is being traded beneath the eyes of the law or whatever.
right. Yeah, if it made the boy's eyes blue and the High Cleric had the same blue eyes, she may have come in contact with it.
Yes, just what worries me. Who knows what connections are here?
That's all the more reason to maybe be trained by her. Maybe I could get a glimpse of, maybe she has some of it.
Perhaps.
Yeah. But, I mean, like I said, it's, I don't think it's the most important thing for us to do. But if we have time, it's worth looking into, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's. What was it? The Black Iron, whatever. Is that where they wanted us to go?
The Black Iron Blades, yes.
Yes.
That is where they would like
Okay.
to meet you.
Well, me and Elazar will get strapped in.
Oh, to tow it? I was like, what are we strapping into? Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys put on your harnesses, your sled pulling harnesses, and very much like Rudolph and all the other reindeer, begin to trot along with the sled. as you guys were kind of here talking around this whole time, you know, many people were, you were off to the side. Many people were passing you by, not paying any attention to you. With your passive perception, you feel as if no one was listening. I'll let y'all know that.
That's good.
But you guys do make your way over to the Black Iron Blades, and you know, you think you would have seen the dwarves exit, but you don't know if they had somehow slipped away through a different door or anything like that. But they seem to have kind of maneuvered away from you while you guys were talking on the side. You know, they were doing their own thing. But you guys carry the sled to just the northern portion of Bryn Shander, to a decently sized building. It's this very odd combination of two shops. You see that one half is dedicated to blacksmith work, made apparent by the cold and unlit forge, and the other half is an outfitter. Several sets of armor that have various spots where snow has begun to collect on their, you know, it's kind of displayed outside on their respective stands. And you see that by the time you pull up, you see that Haruna, the dwarf that was that's in charge of the other two goobers. She's over there. She's waving at you all. You see her standing there. She's got her very gravelly voice. If you need to remember what she looks like a beautiful, long, scrunched up nose lady. She's just waving you guys over, and she's like, "Well, I'll be damned. That was a hell of. Thank you all so much. This means so much to Clan Battlehammer. I already talked to the rest of the party, but you guys look like you handled yourself well. Let's get this done. Let's get you paid. Let's get out of here. I do not want to be here anymore." Yeah, she walks up to this establishment. You see her knock on the door a couple times, and you see this. You see the door kind of just swings open very violently, very, very suddenly, and you see that standing in the door frame is this very muscular dwarven woman. She has a beautiful mane of red hair. She's quite, she's beautiful, but she has this very wild expression. Like, she looks like she's feral, and she's just a sight to behold. And you see as she stands there, she's wiping her hands off. It looks like she's trying to clean her hands. And it looks like you can't really hear too much what they're saying. They are kind of talking in hushed voices. You see that an exchangement happens where you see this dwarven woman pull out these 3 equally full pouches, and she hands them over to Hruna, to which Hruna stashes them on her body in various spots. And Hruna walks back over to you. "Well, another happy customer, of course. You know, Eliza's understanding of the later normal delivery is very, we're thankful that she wants to remain a customer of Battlehammer. She said you can leave the sled there. She will unload it throughout the day. But when she says you can leave it there, she points to a side section. It's kind of like a little sled shed. I like that. But she points out that you can leave it over there. And she says, now, for the payment. And you see that Haruna reaches into one of the various pouches, not the ones that she was handed, but one of the various pouches that are on her body, and she pulls out the reward she promised you. You see there are 2 large diamonds, 2 large bloodstones, and an equally large sapphire. Each of them is valued about 50 gold apiece. She extends her hand out towards you with this, and she has promised precious gemstones. Oh, and added on bonus, Eliza in there, she said she'll give all of you for helping one dwarf clan to helping her a 10% discount on any purchases or services one would need. So that's great. So she expresses the gems towards you, and if you guys want to, feel free to divvy up that however you want. There are 2 diamonds, 2 bloodstones.
What was it? Oh, you were just saying it. Sorry.
Yeah, she has each of these gems are worth 50 gold apiece. There's 2 large diamonds. There's 2 large bloodstones, which is this very beautiful reddy black gem, and there's an equally large sapphire. You see her as she reaches out. She just puts them in a pouch, and she just motions the pouch over to you. She doesn't know why she was pulling them each to show y'all, but she presents it to you. She says, also,
take it.
Thank you for your help. She hands it over. Also, Clan Battlehammer, we really appreciate this. Do any of you have a map by chance?
One of us does.
Yeah.
whoever
I
has
don't think
it.
anyone has put it on their inventory or anything
don't
because
think
I
so.
have not.
Kind of gets passed around.
We'll say,
but yeah.
let's just say Ichabod has it since he has that Outlander feat. I think.
We could also
Yeah.
all put it on our inventory just to make sure we're all aware.
Yeah,
that we
y'all
have
just
it.
put it. Say someone in the group has a map. Just
Yeah.
put map.
Yeah.
Possibly map question mark. Yeah, you outstretch this map towards her, and she takes it from you. She pulls out like this black piece of black chalk. She bites it and like licks it to wet it a little bit to get the chalk to write easier. And she like looks at the map that you have, and you hear a comment. She's like, "This is very old." But she like circles a spot on the map and hands it back to you. I marked the location of where to look for the entrance to the Dwarven Valley. If you ever need sanctuary or aid in dire times, you can seek the clan out. You will find us between the statues of Moradin and Dumathoin. You just strike 3 times upon Moradin's anvil with Dumathoin's pickaxe. The door will appear before you.
You're going so fast.
And I'm not gonna say it again.
If you find yourself, you find us between the statues of Moradin and Dumathoin. Strike 3 times upon Moradin's anvil with Dumathoin's pickaxe, and the door will appear before.
Did someone get that down?
Yes.
I did. I think I spelled the names wrong though.
Oh shit!
Moradin's anvil, Uma Thil's pickaxe. Strike it 3 times.
Dumathoin. I heard Umathoin at first, and I was thinking Uma Thurman. I'm like, this is pretty cool.
I heard Dumathenes.
I
I got
didn't
it- I
hear
got
the
it though, yeah.
second name.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
bad.
I'm gonna need
Did it
those
not come-
little
did
like
it not come
sticky
through?
tabs for my journal that stick out of the side to say this is where this information is because this sounds
Yep.
important.
Yep.
Password to Dwarven Valley.
She
Sunflower.
Yeah, she says that, and she just kind of looks at you all, hands the map back towards y'all. Well, we're gonna head back. She looks over at Ichabod and Visca. Did you two ever figure out the question you wanted me to ask the High Council?
Of
Or did you want me to bring both questions up and see what they request?
Yeah, just any and everything.
Cockalock and King Zardock.
Yeah.
Kind of rhymes. Maybe it should be King Cockalock.
Yeah, don't confuse us.
So, would you perhaps know, or would you, your companion that runs the Black Iron Blades, would they know who supplies the guard with their weapons?
Well, I mean, she provides them with some of their equipment. I mean, she's a
Okay.
local blacksmith. You know, obviously, she looks backwards. Ever since her husband died, she's not quite the craftsman as he was, and the items are a
Right.
little bit shittier,
Oh.
so to speak.
That's
And they usually
cool.
tend to break. They usually tend to break a bunch, but she has been known to help reforge them. But most of the weapons that come into the armory, you know, they come from either. Usually, Targos is a good connection. They usually have the finer imports.
Right.
You know, Speaker Nerith over there. She doesn't know who Speaker Nerith is. She doesn't really give a shit about who Speaker Nerith is. She didn't say that was Jacob. Yeah, she usually gets them from Targos or even East Haven. That's what she says
Gotcha.
every now and again. But yeah, thanks for all you guys did. We really appreciate it.
Well, if the dwarves ever require anything of us, you know how to reach us.
Yes. Pray that we make it back and that Storm doesn't have a panic attack from that dragon.
Yeah.
I'm sure you will.
Good luck.
All right, you sorry sacks of shit. Let's go. They head out. Leave you
All
guys
right,
in front of. Leave you guys in front of the Black Iron Blades. A quest completed. A second quest completed.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, guys.
I turned to Jayla. I'm like, can I have the blue one? Does anybody at Jack? Can I have the blue one?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Take it.
Here,
Thank you. It's so pretty.
you're welcome.
Make sure y'all add those to y'all's character sheets.
Yeah.
Because just know that they're worth 50 gold. If you feel if you feel as if you want to, you could easily find someone to sell it to in town. You don't have to go through the whole shopping experience. You just want to sell it and add the gold, you could definitely do that right now. Just let me know.
Okay.
I'll probably do that.
Yeah, I'll just distribute out a gem to everyone.
There were, what, 2 diamonds worth 50 gold?
There are 2 diamonds worth 50 gold, there are 2 bloodstones, and then there's 1 sapphire.
So everyone can get 1 stone.
Yep.
Everyone else wants to pick one?
And if you're going to sell it, just let me know. You can just send me a message and add the gold to your sheet instead of adding the gem.
I'm
You're not
doing
gonna sell
that now.
Yeah,
So-
I'm selling that too.
Jalen and Fiska, you go ahead and add 50 gold to your character sheets. The rest of you guys, let me know.
I'm gonna keep mine on me.
Sure, you got the sapphire, right?
Does the diamond get used up when you cast whatever spell you want to cast?
Me specifically, or
Yeah, because
No,
you
no, no.
bought one.
No,
okay.
It's usually if you just says consumed.
Okay.
yeah. Otherwise,
So-
I would have taken a diamond.
Yeah. I was
That would
thinking,
have
oh,
been a
no.
horrible spell to get.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, then yeah, I'll just sell whatever one I get then.
Yeah, go for it. You go ahead and sell. Add 50 gold. Ichabod, you keeping yours?
I'm gonna keep mine.
What did you want? Since everyone is kind of selling, what did you want to
Right.
keep? Craig has the sapphire. What do you want?
Is bloodstone or diamond?
How about a? Yeah, I'll take a diamond.
Okay.
What am I
diamond.
feeling like today?
All right. Yeah, add it to your character sheet, please.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you guys, like a Star Wars transition. You just
The swipe
sell the diamonds, sell the gems, and you guys are just standing there.
with the screaming of a TIE fighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Hoth Wampa shows up.
Yeah.
before we leave town, we should probably go find the guards if we can.
Yeah. It's he said 3 blocks from the gate.
Do we know how to find what they look like?
We have their names. Buford and Chicken Wing Sunday.
Chicken Wing Sunday.
Fortunately, I don't think Sunday is like a date, right? In this world, like there's
No,
no
it's not.
Sundays, so it's not like.
Say the
I
word.
wrote it like an ice cream sundae.
Say it-
Sunday, yeah.
You have to say it really
Yeah.
fast. That's the pronunciation. You say it really fast. It's a name. It just sounds like Chicken Wing Sunday. It's Chicken Wing Sunday. Chicken Sunday. And you do recall that the guard said that the captain said the guards were still on a shift. They had 2 more hours in it. That was about an hour ago. So you could probably just make that assumption that they're still working.
Oh. then
We'll
we
hustle
go
over
there.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Tell us what you know.
make your way back over to the guards. The guards are idly watching off of out into the distance, doing their job. They're just standing there.
I'll approach.
I'll walk up with her. I think everyone's gonna be with her.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
But-
hang back a little bit. I don't want to, to feel
Oh.
super intimidated, but we'll
Oh, I'll walk
Hang-
up behind her.
hang back. Yeah, as in like 5 to 10 feet back, not like 50 feet. Yeah.
I'll be like pretty close behind her. It's like,
One of them speaks up. Oh, pardon me, was I in your way, madam? And he like steps aside, because you were kind of approaching from the back, so they weren't paying attention, and like they think you're exiting town, so the one that says that steps aside.
Oh,
Enjoy your
no.
trip.
I want to talk to both of you. We have, what is it? Buford and Chicken Wing Sunday?
Well, I'm Buford, and that's Chicken Wing Sunday. Chicken Wing Sunday's like, hello. Also, this whole time the whole day that's been going on, Lauren, you feel a little taps on your back as Smeggle is still underneath your
Right.
your
I
cloak.
can't breathe.
I thought he fell asleep.
He has woken up at this point.
Oh, no.
But,
It's fine.
Yeah, Chicken Wing Sunday's like, hello. The other guy's like, well, what do you want to be talking about? We're off in about an hour. We gotta protect the city, so we can't really do much talking.
Oh, shouldn't take much time. I just need to ask you maybe 1-2 questions.
Well, sure, if you would stand out in front of the gate so we can look outwards as well and protect the city as we talk, so we can 2 birds, 1 stone.
That makes me nervous. Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
No, that was Star talking. You know it was.
That was Chicken Wing Sunday breaking the fourth wall.
Okay. I'll just kind of. Well, I guess, Lorian, you stay behind them. I'll stay in front.
I'll just nod.
I'll just be like, and I'll help watch for any trouble coming. So I mean,
Yeah.
focus a little more on the conversation.
I'm trying to go for the silent, intimidating type right now.
I was behind
Gosh
you, giving
dang!
you,
Why'd
like,
y'all send
bunny
Jayla
ears.
to do this? Okay. So I heard there was something.
You've been enjoying Bryn Shander?
Yeah.
Have you found everything you need in town? It's a great town. I love guarding it.
Are you done talking? I'm trying to be serious right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we heard something happened, went down not too long ago. You're missing some stuff, right?
Whatever do you mean? I mean, I'm missing 2 fingers, and Chicken Wing Sunday over there's missing his left ear. But other than that, it's news to us. Chicken Wing Sunday's like, what?
And I'm just gonna like look past them and make sure I don't have any listening ears.
Yeah,
I
you look
assume
and you
everyone
see
else is
nothing.
doing the same thing.
Look and see nothing.
Oh, fuck you. I don't hear any
No.
like
You can make
approaching
it passive.
steps or...
You can make it. You can make an insight or not perception check. Dear God, make a perception
Well, I
check. to see.
assume everyone else is doing it.
Well, just you're on the outside of the wall. You don't know. They can't see outside the wall. Or here outside.
16.
Yeah, you're good. I just wanted you to roll.
Oh, okay. And then I'll go some weapons.
He pauses for a second. I'm sorry, miss. I don't know what you're talking about.
Inside check.
Go for it.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay, mark it off.
Okay. What is +1? 10.
Aw.
You believe what he said? I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. If the weapon's missing, we would not be working. We would have been fired.
Wait, were we
What
told
about
not
you?
to mention the captain?
He wanted it to be discreet. He wanted client confidentiality
Gotcha,
because
okay.
if it spread to the speaker,
Dude,
he'd be in deep shit.
Gotcha.
I'll just like put a hand on his shoulder and I'll be like,
Oh, long arms.
what about...
Please.
Sorry.
Freak.
I wanna also get Chicken Wing Sunday's reaction too. Like,
You want to
didn't-
pick up on his insight check? You were like, it'll still be the same roll. The Chicken Wing Sunday, he's off in La La Land over there looking at the outside. He's not really.
Okay, Lorian,
Yeah.
proceed.
thanks for permission. Appreciate it. I'll put my hand on his shoulder and I'll say, please stop playing around. We know things, and I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
He's like taking it back.
Let's just be honest now.
Are you threatening me? What did I do to you? I'm doing my job.
Where are the weapons?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I don't know what you may have heard, but it's not true.
It'll be
I'm just
really
gonna-
hard to do your job with broken legs.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab or like put my hand on my scimitar, not take it out, but just kind of have it there.
You guys can make intimidation checks, fully, if you both want to.
Okay.
Chicken Wing Sunday's over there, like kicking some snow around, whistling.
I'll use my
Hey, you
inspiration.
pay attention too.
Oh!
I'll use my
Who said that?
inspiration.
Okay, go for it.
Shit. 13.
18.
Yeah, the guard's demeanor changes. He's like, you know, it doesn't have to be that serious. It's quite all right. No one needs to get hurt.
It is that serious.
Okay, next question. If you don't know where they are, do you know who was working other than you guys the night or the day the weapons were taken?
You see his eyes are kind of like darting back and forth. Lauren, you see that? Jaylee, you kind of smell like the sweat beginning to like build up on his, kind of like on his face a little bit. It was just us.
Okay.
And you didn't notice anything happening. Just half the weapons disappear.
No, I never said that. Don't put words into my mouth. I never said those words exactly, but
We
so
know
I
things.
needed extra coin, okay? I have a family. Being the guard doesn't pay well.
Mm.
It pays, but it doesn't pay well, and I saw an opportunity. I took it. I don't know what happened to the weapon. Okay, I only know who came and talked to me. I got her name, got what she looks like. Other than that, everything else was off my hands. It was just simple. You know, they go on lunch break at this time. Maybe they go missing.
Okay, I don't care about that. Give me
Oh.
the name.
Oh. Okay. Well, her name was Zaruk. She's kind of hard to miss, kind of like you, two intimidating folk. She's hard to miss. She's kind of one of the only half-orcs I've seen in 10 towns in a while.
Mm.
She looked rough and tumble type, kind of like yourselves. Type that usually hangs out at the more seedier spots in town. Now, I'm just making assumptions. She could be a lovely woman. She paid fine. I would try there. There's, the Guild and Stag's Rest, the North Look, the Hook Knucklehead. Those are all seedier spots in town. But that's all I know. I promise. I don't.
So she hasn't left town yet.
Well, she paid us about 6 hours ago. I mean, it happened today.
I'll
I
speak
got
up
extra
from
coin.
the back. I'll be like, how much did she pay you?
He looks. Is that one with you?
Answer the good man.
I mean, she paid me about 15 gold.
And
That's it.
That's nothing.
Jesus.
You risked your livelihood for that?
You took
That's nothing. What do you mean? That is a whole 6 months earnings right there. I could provide for my family. I could give them to find their foods.
You could have gotten twice that.
Listen, I don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I saw an opportunity. I took it. I still have my job. That's all that matters. Sheriff Markham. He didn't fire us.
How much
Pardon me?
longer? How much longer do you think you're gonna have your job?
Well, I guess until I either die from some random event, you folks, or do it again. But I promise. I've turned over a new leaf. I have a family.
In 6 hours?
You've turned over a new leaf. Oh, okay. I'll take the 15 gold then.
I didn't turn over that big of a fucking leaf. You're fucking crazy.
Hmm.
As I said before, this is for my family. I'll be damned if anyone takes it from me.
Let them keep the dirty money.
Yeah.
So, she has not left through this gate, right?
Not that we've seen. There are several gates in town. There's the north gate, the southern gate, the west gate, the eastern gate. There's different gates. No,
Well,
I haven't seen anyone.
I need you to get with your guards and figure that out for me.
What do you think? There's a union or something? We don't talk like that.
I don't care.
How am I supposed to arrange a meeting with the other guards? They're all the way across. If I arrange a big meeting of the guards, who's gonna protect the town?
Leave Chicken Wing Sunday here. I mean, you
No.
left.
No.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you just question who's gonna protect the town when you just gave away half the town's supply of weapons?
That's what I was just about to say.
You're worried about protecting the town when you're giving away the means of protection?
Listen, I didn't know she was gonna take half the town. I just know she was gonna take some. I thought, hey, maybe she takes 2 or 3 swords. Maybe she takes 4 or 5 daggers. I didn't think she was gonna take that fucking much. If I knew that, I would have got more money, like this person said. Why does that guy got a scarf on? Or I would have
Hey,
I would have not took the money at all. I didn't know it was gonna cripple.
it's none of your
We
business,
still have
pal.
weapons. That season of the heebie-jeebie.
Good.
Well, maybe you should actually go talk to people and try to fucking fix this if you've turned over a new leaf.
That's true.
If you want to keep that gold, if you want to keep your job.
He's got a good point, because at this point, none of us believe that if someone else came along and offered you 15 gold, you wouldn't take it for the same thing.
You've put the town at danger.
I know what I've done. Okay, I've lived with that guilt. I have turned a new leaf, but I don't. Listen, I need to get back to work. Okay, I know I fucked up earlier, but you know, Icewind Dale's all about getting and forgiving once past, right? So let's just forget this.
Whoa.
The winter is unforgiving.
Well, no fucking shit. I know that one. Holy shit. I've lost 2 children to this fucking climate. Do you think, you know, if I could afford to get them out of here, I would definitely do that, but
Hey,
it doesn't
Buford,
matter. It doesn't matter. Yes.
how much would it cost to get you and your family out of here?
I don't know. Maybe like, there's 3 of us now, so it's about 150 gold for the transportation to ride down. Probably 200 gold for food, supplies, food, and
Fucking
the axe beaks to get us home,
They're staying.
get us out of here. But I can't. I have to put my 2 weeks resignation in. I can't just.
You're not leaving.
Oh.
Think you get the fuck over the town and then get to leave? Wake the fuck up.
Alright, I'm tired of talking to this man. If you can figure out where this woman is, come find us.
If she's
not,
left the town.
yeah, we'll be looking around. And I'm just gonna walk off.
We know your fucking name.
And I'm just gonna go to the group and be like, I don't think he's gonna be any help.
Nope.
We have a name. Let's just start combing through the town.
Should we split up?
Ugh. What if we run into her and she's fucking skilled? I don't know.
What time of day is it?
About this time, you guys did arrive. Relatively, like, I think you arrived around like 10, 11. So after all the events have transpired throughout the day, it's about 2 to 3
Okay.
in the afternoon. So you still have some daylight. Town's not locked down.
There are a couple bars we have to check, and I'd hate if she slipped through her fingers. But
I just say to you guys, I'm just like, the man did this for extra gold. He doesn't seem too concerned about his job. So shouldn't his job be threatened?
we can bring that up with the sheriff later.
Right, but he might be of more help if he feels like his job is in jeopardy, and he's not going to make any more money on top of the 15 gold that he just got.
I don't think he knows any more.
Yeah.
I don't think he has any more to offer us.
Wait,
I don't put it past him at all, what he did. It's hard to live up here, especially supporting a family.
Mm.
Sure, but as a guard, wouldn't he be of help if he had a reason to help?
What do you think he would do for us?
I mean, if his job was in jeopardy and he was at risk of not making any more money ever again, he could go talk to the other guards and figure out whether or not this half-orc has passed through.
I'd hate to ruin client confidentiality, though. If we were to mention, oh, we know your boss.
We are supposed to keep it under wraps.
Right, I don't think we have to mention the boss, do we?
Well, how would you propose we threaten his job? Yes.
That's true.
We could just say, hey,
We
I
could break
know
his
what you
legs and he
did,
wouldn't be able to work, but
Yeah.
I don't. We were told not to hurt him.
But, I mean,
Also,
that's
we
not...
could just say, hey, we'll tell your boss what you did.
Yeah. But I don't know if he'd be like, well, it's ours, my word against yours, and I work for him. Oh, da, da.
Yeah.
And then I'll say half the weapons are missing. How is that not proof enough? But
Yeah.
I guess
Well, if you
we're
want to try.
thinking-
No,
Please.
no, I think you're all right. I think we have the information we need, and we can do our own investigation. And if it comes
Sure.
down to it, then we'll use them later if we're not figuring anything out.
Okay. Now, do we want to split up?
Why?
What is with you and wanting to split up all the time, man?
It's just efficient.
How many different entrances?
He listed off 3. He listed off the North Look, Gildan Sags Rest, and the Hook Knucklehead. 3
Ooh,
places
yeah.
you all have been to prior.
We split up to 2, and then we meet at the 3rd.
Okay. What?
Ooh.
What do we do when one of us sees them, and the other group is just gone? And she
What an
wants to
interesting
start a
question.
tussle.
Well, we don't have to. We don't have to engage her right away.
Right.
We just keep an eye on her.
The information we're looking for is whether or not she's passed through the gate. If we see her, then we don't look for the information because we have eyes on her, right?
And that's what. Yeah. And he
and
said,
like Lorian said, whoever sees her, if we do, we bring it back to the group at the 3rd location.
yeah. I mean,
So
how I.
If we find her, I want to keep eyes on her.
Sure.
Yeah, well, that's why you go in, like, we go in pairs and threes, and then one person will go, oh, hey, and the other person will keep an eye on her.
Okay. Who's going where?
Oh, I love it. I love it when a plan comes together.
I love it when a party splits.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
I'm gonna say we take a bathroom break right now. We're at the halfway point, sort of. So you guys can think about this for a second, come to terms with this drastic decision, and then we can come back in a second. I need water.
So we got to decide which 2 to go to first.
All right, we're live.
Something about that.
Hear that a lot.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining. So, what are you guys going to decide? I know we got the groups, but who's going where?
Me and Elizal are going to Geldenstag's Rest.
Let's go to Northlook.
Okay. So let's flip a coin.
Oh,
All right, call it heads or tails.
heads.
It was heads. We're gonna go to Geldenstag's Rest first. All right.
Let me put on my shades.
Yeah, you guys head towards the Geldenstag's Rest, which isn't hard to find, as Lauren, you are. You have been here previously. Actually, all of you kind of have been previously, as you were trying to find Lauren when you first came to Bridgehaven.
The snow is coming down.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it is Eastern Gate. I did type it. It was the Eastern Gate. I thought I'd goof that. But anyways, you guys find yourself at this very bland single-storied building. In the inside, there are no decorations. There's the basic arrangements of seats, that have to accompany a establishment of this sort. But you see that there are no patrons inside. There's just the lady, Ethel, or not Ethel.
Not her.
That's not her name. What was her name?
It was.
Myrtle.
I have it. Somewhere.
Myrtle.
Yes. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Myrtle. I'm so sorry.
You
You
beat
see
me to
Myrtle is in there. She's cleaning the various glasswares. This is what this poor woman looks like. You see that there, Lauren. Your first impression as you guys come in, before she even notices you, she seems happier. It seems like there's some sort of weight that has been lifted, and you probably could allude to maybe this transaction that had occurred previously with the sled full of dead body parts, and maybe there's just that kind of like that weight has came off of her chest a little bit. And you guys open the door and she sees you, and her eyes get big and she like kind of backs up a little bit, and she sees Elizal, which I'm pretty positive Elizal, you were the one that interacted with her the first time, like whenever you were coming to look.
And I will look as like not intimidating as possible. Like basically look like as much of a kitten as I can, but obviously
Okay,
I
putting the work on her. You putting the works on her.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't want her to feel intimidated that we're walking into this place again.
Yeah, so whenever y'all both walk in, you see that her initial reaction is kind of hesitation. She's scared. You both pick up on that, and then she kind of relaxes a little bit because she sees Elizal and his more warming
Demeanor.
more outward warming behavior at the moment, and she's like, so you're back.
I'd like to do a quick scan for the half-orc before I respond to her.
Yeah, you can make a perception check. When you first entered, you didn't see anybody, but you could go ahead and make an active one to see if there's someone hiding, maybe.
Sure.
You both can make that too if you want to.
Okay,
Did you
thank
say
God.
perception?
Yes, perception.
Ooh.
Heroes.
I got 12.
22.
Yeah.
Nice. Glad I brought you.
So you hear some scuttering on the ground.
Hmm.
Your cat ears pick it up, and you see that there is a little rat that just. You guys are very confident that you are the only ones in this establishment with Myrtle.
Elizal salivates a little bit, but he's like, no, I'm better than that.
Go against your genetics.
Yeah. And this is like a bar, right? She offers drinks.
Yeah, it's a very, very shady tavern.
Yeah.
It's very tavern inn, but it's very much shit.
Yeah, I mean, when we walk up,
That's gonna be mean.
Lorian, I'll let you do the talking since you've actually interacted with her more. But I will order drinks for the two of us if you want to drink.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'll just say 2 of whatever. It's not important. I just want to drink.
Okay.
How are you, Modal?
That too.
Better than I was before. Give me a second. Let me go get you something. Drink, and she goes towards a little open barrel. She dips a ladle into it and pours it into your associated cups. And the cups are wooden. These are wooden cups. So she was cleaning them earlier. You probably assume she has some rough calluses that so she doesn't get splinters or anything.
Sure.
But you don't know how well the wood on the craftsmanship on the drinks are. She brings the 2 drinks to you, and this is very brothy looking filth. It's just swirls with sediment and stuff, but it smells like alcohol.
Yeah.
She doesn't like sneakily press a panic button as we come in, right?
No.
Okay.
Elazar will kind of look in his mug and he like shrugs and he starts drinking it and he looks over at Lorian to see if like he wants his.
I'll give it a sip, but then
Okay.
I'll put it down. I'm not gonna. I'm here to talk.
Sure,
That's
yeah.
like-
Yeah, you drink this. It tastes like a very nice snickerdoodle.
Oh,
Pretty good.
that's
So-
nice.
Yeah. How are you, Myrtle?
I'm better. Yeah. How are you, stranger? I've never. Just kidding. I know you. You see that she kind of lightens up at this conversation. I'm good.
Well, I'm doing fine. Better than when I met you, for certain.
Same. So.
Well, I'll kind of look at Elazar almost like, how do you want to do this? But I guess I'll turn back. If you want to,
he sees it. He breathes heavily, and he just before you start, he'll say, "Myrtle, do you drink your own supply? Is this something
Yes.
you enjoy, or?"
Yeah, I mean, I craft it myself. It's taken me many iterations, but pretty good.
Yeah. I'll hand over enough money for her to have a drink with us.
Yeah, it's like
nice.
2 copper.
Yeah.
Yeah, she takes it. She says, "Oh,
I just say join us.
thank you, kind sir."
Yeah.
She drinks it quite viciously. Probably as viciously as you drank yours.
Yeah.
You can tell that she's a drinker. And as she shares this cup with you, Lauren, you keep feeling those still annoying little pats of smeggle underneath you. And you're like, not anywhere loud enough for Myrtle to hear, but you definitely hear your friend.
So have you heard of we're looking for new armaments. Have you heard of any weapons coming into the city? Something, doesn't have to be extraordinary, but
I mean, there's a bunch of imports and exports out and in of the Hook Knucklehead. It is a trader in, but not particularly here. No, the only weapons that I've seen in a minute would be the ones that you two have upon your body.
yes, it's dangerous out there. I'm sure you know.
I do. I trust me. I know.
Have you had anyone else come in that you don't normally see? I mean, I know there's travelers, but like, don't normally see as in unusual presence. I guess is
Besides
probably better.
ourselves.
Yeah, besides us, yeah.
Well, there was an elderly woman that came by earlier. She was very nice. She's very reassuring. But yeah, that was about it. I've never seen her before, Bryn Shander, but people of all walks of life coming in and out. She looked really old though, and I was surprised that she was moving so uppity. That's the word the kids use.
What do you mean reassuring? Reassuring about what?
Oh, she came in and she was just very nice. She was like, "Oh, well, to be honest, we kind of went on a rant about Glenn. Glenn's my husband. If you don't know, Elazar.
Okay.
Yeah, Glenn's my husband. She was just we just started talking about husbands and I was telling her like, man, I miss him so much, and she was like, oh well, who knows, maybe he'll come see him again, maybe. She was just being reassuring. Glenn is he's a fisherman and he's saving. I think that's what he does. You both see there's like a confused state on her face.
I'll just kind of like lean over and whisper to him and to Elazar, and I'll say, Glenn's missing.
Yeah.
and I'll just say whatever that lady did.
So reassuring is reassuring.
Yeah, have.
I like that.
Did you catch her name? Or perhaps her residence?
She told me her name was Maud.
Maud.
She said she came from East Haven. She was quite
Mm,
friendly.
okay.
But it's I feel like we were talking for hours, but it felt like minutes. She has like this very like glazed, like lost look in her eyes.
Did she say where she worked or lived in East Haven? East Haven? Or
She just said she came
No.
from East Haven. She didn't say she worked in there. She was I hope she's not in the walls. I she's an elderly woman. I don't think she works.
So in addition to her being helpful and reassuring,
Yeah.
did she have questions for you? Was she interested in your line of work or your family or?
Puts her hand on her chin and she's like, you see that she's thinking. I honestly can't remember.
Oh.
did you make any deals? Did she give you anything?
I don't remember. She said something about she would lighten the load, or she would
Hmm.
She would lighten a load. Isn't that odd for a stranger to come in and offer to lighten your load?
Sorry.
That's fair.
Sorry. I'm immature.
That's fair.
Well, not in this establishment. No. Oh. I guess. I don't know. I didn't. She just had something. There's just a way about it. I don't know. She was just really sweet. And I was like, laying the load. She said that. I think she said that. I don't know. I can't remember.
Could I make a quick scan kind of behind her to see if there's anything that looks like is kind of newly placed or it's out of place? That doesn't look like it's come
Yeah.
from her.
For sure, you can definitely do that.
Fuck. I got a 9.
You know what?
A 9.
Yes. 1 second. Yeah. You do glance around, and you see that hanging on the wall is a rather shining, very clean kitchen knife.
Fuck.
Does it look familiar?
The one
to
that looks
Lorian?
very familiar to the one that you sold.
Yeah.
Well, I threw it away.
Well, I thought you sold it to someone. My bad. But you see that.
It doesn't matter. I'll just whisper to Elizal, hey, I think I know what the problem is here. See if it's. I'll lean away and I'll just point. Oh, that's a interesting knife, and I'll like look at Elizal to make sure, that's what he knows I'm talking about.
Look, do you
Yeah,
want
that
me
lady,
to detect magic on it, or like would I be familiar with the knife?
Avarice told us it had divination magic on it. So, and you were there,
That's right.
because that was your thing.
You would recognize it.
Yeah.
As an
And-
arc previously. That's right. That is correct.
You would probably be like, oh, strange.
But yeah, you motion towards them. You say that, and the lady's like, "Oh, never seen that there before." But it does add a bit of something snazzy.
I'll just be like,
Yeah.
do you think you'd use it? I mean, we might have some use for it.
Oh, well, I mean, she starts looking. She's like looking in some drawers and stuff. Well, huh? I don't know where my knives have gone. I assume I have to if there's no other ones around. I mean, I could use it unless you want.
Wait, all your knives are gone?
Yeah, I don't. Well, there's no spoons or forks either.
You don't.
What the?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's weird, right?
Yeah, did I get robbed?
I could help you look for your knives and spoons. Perhaps you've just misplaced them.
Okay, yeah.
That's possible you were
You
just
look out
washing them, right? Are they somewhere else? You just cleaned them? Yeah.
Let me go check in the back. She
I'll-
goes off into the back.
I'll try to accompany her and see if I'm gonna be real with you. I'm looking for body parts because I think she might be murdering people.
Okay, make an investigation check. Elza, what are you doing?
Are you guys going to the back?
I think she went to the back. Did you go to the back with her?
Yeah. I mean, if that's where she stores stuff, I'll do that. I'll try to come with her.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and make a.
I got a 15.
What was
Okay.
that, 10?
Yeah, Elza, what'd you get? Are you looking in the back, in the front, or
No, I was
just chilling?
Detect magic says concentration up to 10 minutes, but also 1 action.
Well, yeah. So the casting time is an action, but you have to maintain concentration the whole time to keep it up.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna sit there and keep drinking my beer at the bar, but I'm gonna cast detect magic on that knife.
Yeah, you certainly feel this very strong aura of divination magic around it. You feel a little.
Can I
Go ahead.
sense by like looking at it, like if I grabbed it, would it hurt me? Is that something I can deduce?
Yeah,
This spell might tell you.
I'm gonna look at the spell.
I don't know if.
No, it just tells you the aura around them, like the aura of the magic. You pick up it's got a divination aura around it, so you feel confident that it's nothing too overtly bad or like any kind of connotations of being hurt by it.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah, you grab it. It's a very nice kitchen knife.
Okay.
Beef.
Right in my backpack.
For sure.
And I'll just sit back where I was and keep drinking from a mug.
Yep.
I see that smirk on your face, dude.
Lauren, you go to the back. And this Myrtle, dear God, Myrtle. She went ahead of you. You had to walk around the bar, but as you kind of like open the back section of the establishment, Myrtle is no longer in that area. You don't see her anywhere in this area. But with that 15, you begin to look around. You don't see any spoons or anything like that. You do see the faint trail of blood.
It wasn't Myrtle.
I'll kind of like, I don't know, knock something off just to make a noise back there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna follow the blood trail because I don't want to scream for him to come, but I do want to make a noise.
You push down a rack of precariously placed spices on the ground. Elzo, you hear this loud commotion in the not loud. You hear this commotion in the kitchen that kind of pulls your attention.
Yeah. I'll head back there as soon as I hear it.
Yeah, and I'll follow the trail, the blood trail.
Yeah, you kind of push through a couple. You move a couple barrels away out of the way. This room isn't overtly too big. It's imagine it's like your typical room. It's got the like the angular corners and all that, so you have to kind of look around the corners. But you follow this blood trail, and you do see at the end of this blood trail there appears to be a mass, a covered mass on the ground, where much more blood is associated near this mass.
I'll just take a deep breath real quick, and then I'll kind of try to investigate this mass, see if I can identify who or what it is.
Yeah. About the time you see this mass, Elza, you kind of catch up at this point. You see Lorian. You can't really see what he's looking at yet, but you see he begins to approach this mass. And as he's approaching, you kind of see, like, you see the blood, you see everything as well. How are you investigating this? What are you doing? Are you just walking up and, like, pulling a thing off of it, or?
Yeah, I would. If there's something covering it, I'd pull it off. I don't know what else I'd do. I guess I could smell the air, but I don't know.
Blood.
Why don't you have Smeggle pull the blanket off?
Oh, he wants out. No one's around, anyways. So.
Right.
I'll pull Smeggle out, and I'll be like,
what the fuck?
hey, stay with me. I need you to pull the blanket off that. Go.
Holy shit!
Hey, you've got. I'm speaking in Goblin. You've got this. Go do it.
He looks a little. He nods his head in agree. He like hops down. He like pats it, and he's like flinches away from it, and he's like grabs it, and he runs backwards as fast as he can towards you, and it pulls the cover off. And beneath the cover, as he's pulling away, he's like, "Oh God, what the fuck am I doing?" And he just pulls it off, and you see below this covered tarp, cloth, blanket, whatever you want to imagine this kind of sheet is. You see an armless, legless torso and head of Miss Myrtle. Missing her legs and her arms.
Do I see that from where I am?
Yeah. As soon as the goblin lets it rip, you see all the.
Yeah,
see all this.
I'm instantly looking around to make sure that no one's like coming up on us, tagging us.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you can make a perception check just to be a little bit more certain of it. But as you look around with your passive perception, you don't see anyone other than the 3 individuals in this building now.
15.
Yeah, you feel very confident. It's just you guys in here.
Lauren will just be like, fuck.
Fellas, I was like, who just served us beer? Was that beer? Should we have drank that?
It was probably someone similar to the person I met in Targos. I think.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. We need to leave. Like,
well,
instantly.
we need to search her body to see if there's anything on it. You wanna help me?
I mean, not particularly. What are we looking for? What are you expecting?
I just want to see if there's anything there. They like sending messages. That's what they did with the bodies that were brought here, so maybe they left something on her.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Sure, yeah.
We didn't even get to ask about the half-orc.
Ask who, though? It wasn't her.
Yeah. Okay.
What am I?
Am I rolling with advantage, or are you?
No, you can roll with advantage. Yeah, that's how I'll
Okay.
do. Yeah.
I got 12.
You begin to pat her armless, legless body down, and you actually see as you like pat her, you're kind of moving her body a little bit. You're getting blood on your hand. It's in your.
He's massaging my shoulders.
You got this.
You will see, you see as you kind of maneuver her body, you see her mouth kind of just like props open, and it looks like there's a little bit of parchment inside of her mouth.
Ooh.
Okay. I'll kind of slowly pull it out. If it's attached to something, I don't want to rip the paper or anything. But...
No, it's like imagine you have like one of those little Listerine strips on your mouth, little squares.
Yeah.
It's like that. You pull it out, flip it over, and written in common is a single word. Single word is Thrun. T-H-R.
Can you say that again? T-H-R.
T-H-R-U-U-N.
U-U-N. Does that mean anything to us? Is it a language? Would it be a recognizable script?
It means, I will say you both can roll religion. Lauren, you would have advantage on this because you feel as if you've heard this mentioned. Elizo, you can roll religion just to see if maybe.
I also
or you can
have.
roll with whatever.
I would also probably have advantage because I have advantage recalling things that are Fae, Fiend, and Undead. Ugh.
I don't think that applies to this
Oh,
thing,
what was it? Religion?
but it is a religious check.
Wow, I'm pretty good at that actually. I got a 23.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 13.
My other guy is bad at it, so I was like,
What'd you get, Elizo?
13 on religion.
yeah, 23.
Wait, you're paladin?
Yeah,
Religion?
yeah.
Wait. Let's talk about this.
Sorry, just a little confused.
So Lauren, you hear this, you don't hear it. You see this name, you read this name. It resonates with you. It takes you back to the temple, back to your home. Do you remember mention of this name? And you remember Thrun was this immortal creature that could be stopped, but there was no way of ever destroying it. And this beast was associated with carrying a very unique, debilitating disease known as Malar's Fury.
Malar's Fury?
Jacob's
Uh-oh.
video freeze. There you go.
My computer just went crazy.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
We
what
heard
happened.
you the whole time. Your video froze.
Perfect. Yeah, but it recalls this Malar's Fury.
Okay.
And that's kind of what you remember. You kind of remember that this thing was associated with the Beast Lord himself.
Okay. So it could be stopped, but never killed? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Associated. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking notes.
Elazar will be
What?
standing there, rapier out, just in case. Like,
Down, he's got a gun.
yeah.
I'll try to. I mean, I'm not gonna like rub my hand, but I'll shake the paper just to see if I get any blood or whatever off it, and then I'll read it. I'll show Elazar, and then I'll be like, I think I've heard of this before. Thrun is an immortal creature associated with Malar. He's a minor evil god, bloodlust, stalking, hunting, stuff like that. And this creature.
Hold on, I'm gonna cut you off right there. Should we talk about this right here next to the dead body with the fake body that just served us beer, or should we get the fuck out of here and then talk about it? 'Cause I'm a little
Fair
nervous.
enough.
Yeah.
Smeggle crawls back up
Yeah.
your back. And
Someone gave us beer that was real beer, so.
Or
I
what we
think
thought was
that was real beer, right? Like I mean, does my belly feel full because I drank it fast? Is there beer in my belly?
You don't notice anything different.
So, yeah, and we'll start leaving. I'll take a glance around as we leave. Anything?
Me too.
Anything else? Anything I might want to take? If there's money here. I mean, she's dead. She's not using it.
There appears to be no items of value. You see that the knife is missing, but as you kind of glance around, you see that. As you kind of look more closely now, you see that you see that there's just that barrel and the 2 wooden cups. Drink from.
I'll check the barrel just real quick to see what we drank.
Looks like some sort of brothy concoction.
What's it smell like?
Smells worse than it tastes. Smells very foul, very acidic, but It's in a foul sense. It's not the sense of like, oh god, it's just like someone shit on a stick and served it to me. It's foul in the sense that it's like, there's multiple flavors that have gone into this to create this ultimate snickerdoodle taste. It is just very bubbly, brothy, very thick.
I'm gonna dump it and see if anything falls out.
Yeah, you push it over, and you see some fingers roll out.
I don't see it. I'm by the door waiting for you. Please do not tell me that there were fingers in what we just drank.
Do it.
The fingers are from different races. They are not. You can conclude that these are not Myrtle's fingers, and in fact, it kind of looks very similar to some of the fingers that were on the sled when you first brought it to.
Oh.
Elazal's by the door. He's like, "What are you doing? Can we go, please?"
Yes. I'm gonna like kind of throw up, but I'll just swallow it back down, and I'll be like, yes, let's go. Where's the knife? By the
Can
way,
we get outside? Can we
Okay.
please not stop questions out here?
we should we'll be walking and talking to the meeting point.
Literally, as soon as you go outside, I'll be like, "I took the knife. Should I have?"
Has divination magic on it, so maybe she's able to see through it. I don't know.
I open the door and I throw it back in. I don't want it.
You hear it inside of
Nice
the
sound
establishment.
effects. Good job.
Thank you. Actually, we'll look at myself in the mirror and do that every night. Just for this one moment.
Before you go to
He
bed
does.
every night.
He does.
I'll just say maybe whoever owns it gets murdered. Anyways,
Why should we keep it and murder them with it? I don't like that. No, why did I say that? That's not me. It's staying in there.
okay.
Yeah. What happened? What's that? What was that?
The letter. What? Which part?
What? Who served us beer?
I knew. Did I know what Ethel was when I saw her? Like when I saw her true form? Did I?
You had a very profound assumption, yeah.
Okay. I'll say I think it was a hag.
Was it like the spirit of one, or was she still in there somewhere?
She probably just left whenever we gave her the chance to go back there.
Wait, so this is the woman you delivered the sled to, right?
Yes.
Why would she come back and kill her?
I don't know if it's because she had the knife, or maybe because she didn't comply with whatever the threat was, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, we're out of character. We're all aware of the hag, right?
I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you Ethel was a hag.
You're telling me.
I didn't say it was Ethel.
Oh, okay.
That it was a hag. But like I kept it really like, because she told me I wasn't supposed to tell you guys, or you guys get cursed, so I didn't.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like something it sounds like we're being followed, in a sense.
Perhaps.
If the places we're returning to are soiled by this individual that you were dealing with.
Could be a coincidence. Maybe there are more than one hag. Who knows?
Yeah.
We should search for a mod in East Haven.
Sure. I mean, we definitely didn't find out information we needed. But at least we got a drink out of it.
I could tell you about the person. I could tell everyone about the person that I met in Targos. Although there may be some repercussions for that.
I mean, it already sounds like there might be some repercussions.
Well, now I figure it's like really
Important.
yes.
Dire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
And just whenever we meet up again.
Yeah.
And just real quick, Thrun, a mortal creature that can't be that can be stopped but not killed, carries a disease called Malus Fury. That's what this note says.
The thing that you pulled out of her mouth?
Yes. Or that's what the note references. It gives the name Thrun, and that's what Thrun is.
So are we assuming she put it in her mouth?
Yes.
Knowing that this was gonna happen. Shit.
Yup.
Imagine fearing for your life like that and knowing something like that was gonna happen. You just carry this note in your mouth hoping someone would find it.
Oh, I thought maybe it was put there, but maybe Myrtle put it in her mouth.
Yeah, I mean, who else would put it there?
I think the hags like to gloat.
Maybe.
Anyways,
if
we
it was
should
the
get
hag
moving.
it would be bait, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's put this behind us until tonight.
You guys walk away from the Gillen Stag's Rest, recovering.
I'm just gonna like start jogging because I don't really want to think about this that much or talk about it. I just want to kind of get where we're going.
For sure, I understand completely. We head over to the other group. You guys are at the. Scroll up. You guys make your way over to the Northlook Inn, which very familiar once again. I don't know where I put this in my. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So you make your way to the northern edge of town. Back to Northlook. Just like before, this place is it's bustling. If this was this place is bustling. There are tons and tons of people, just like before. The first floor is just a rowdy pit fighting of just people drinking, swapping stories, telling tales. The second floor, you have the various stuffed animals and very different trophies that are up there. And then the third floor has the very unsavory, paid accommodations for guests that don't want to be lonely in the night. They have that kind of seating up there. But yeah, this place it's just rowdy, bustling. It's very busy. Everyone's drinking. People are going crazy. And you guys just walk in and kind of all amidst this chaos that's just going on around you.
Like, is there any way at all to tell if there's a half-orc looking lady there?
You can all each make a perception check, active perception check.
A 5.
Oh.
30-20.
Okay, yeah, you. Yeah. With the 5, Ichabod, it's a little bit too much. There's a little bit too much rebel rousing going on. Too many people are making noises. You're like, damn kids. But Fiska, with your 11, you're kind of in the same. You're kind of taking it all in as well. But Jayla, with your dirty 20, you hear various conversations. You smell various scents. And you feel as if you're hearing someone that talks kind of with like a little bit of like an overbite or underbite kind of thing, something like push against their lips, kind of like some kind of weird speech pattern that it's very telling that maybe they have something in their mouth. Maybe it could be anything from a piercing to tusk to just birth defect. You feel confident that there's someone in here that sounds like they could be half orc.
And I'll just kind of like, I don't want to point, but kind of like overtly like nod my head in a direction and like, hey, is that her? And try to get their attention in the direction I hear and smell.
Yeah, she kind of like motions over, and you see. Sorry. You see this half orc woman. She looks like she's dressed in like nice leathers and stuff. She has like several vials on her waistband. She has like a sword and some other kind of various weapons attached to her. And it looks like she's sitting down at a table with two other people. You can't really see what they're wearing. They kind of have like hooded cloaks on, and they are. It looks like they're conversing about something. But from this distance, you can't really hear what they're saying. But they are kind of like tucked away in the back a little bit, kind of close to where Avarice's little private room was at. But they're kind of like tucked in the back, not in that same section, but they're off in the back, obviously, talking amongst themselves.
Is there like a table available over there, or somewhere around the general area without getting too close?
Yeah, there's about 3 or 4 tables that are kind of in the same threshold of this common space. It's not like right up against them, but if you obviously want to sit relatively close and try to listen in on them, it's going to be a skill check associated with it. But there are some spaces around this table that these people are at.
How busy are the streets outside?
Outside, it's about 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock at this time. So it's Bryn Shander closes at 8. Everything locks down. So 4 o'clock is kind of like prime time. People are out and about doing various things. So the streets are very busy.
So is there nearby, like hypothetically, maybe an alley or something to where a person could step away from the crowd and turn himself invisible and no one would notice?
Yes, you would actually remember that you were invisible previous when you came here the first time around. Right. You do know that there are alleys on either side of the buildings. Obviously there are people that are like outside leaning against the building and stuff, but there is a discreet spot for someone to turn invisible.
I think Ichabod would do that and then try to get back inside.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you want to stay here while we go to the third location and bring everybody here?
I guess that's also a possibility.
Yeah, you can listen in while we go get the other 2.
Yeah.
Alright. Sounds like a plan. Hopefully Lauren and Elazar aren't getting into trouble. Hopefully it was easy as this.
It's always easy with Lorian.
So you're splitting the split party?
Yes.
Don't engage.
I'll do my best. I'll try not to trip and fall.
Oh gosh.
No proposals.
I love that.
Okay, well, don't engage unless you have to. We don't know what kind of skill she has.
I'll just start blasting if I got to. I'll blast my way out of here.
Okay.
Blasting.
Alrighty then, me and Fiska will head out.
Alright, Fiska and Jayla, they lead you to your own device. Ichabod, it's up to you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go out into one of them alleyways and turn myself invisible.
Yeah, you do that easily enough. No one, you feel safe that no one saw you turn invisible.
And then I'm gonna do my best to slink back inside and get close to the half-orc lady and her hooded friends.
Okay, I am going to ask for 2 checks from you. The first one is either going to be a because you're gonna, as you're trying to push in, this place is busy. You're gonna try to make acrobatic checks as you're trying to like maneuver around people. Okay. Acrobatic or athletics, it's however you feel fit. Or if you want to propose a creative way, you feel free to do that, and I will certainly.
Okay. Let's see, what the heck else do I? I am a warlock. I'm assuming I can't just start casting multiple spells.
Well,
I think invisibility is
depends.
concentration.
Yeah.
Or is it not?
Yeah. So apparently, to do this, he, as he's in the alleyway, he pulls out an eyelash that's encased in a little piece of gum.
Nice.
And just kind of rubs it between his fingers. And whispers something in shadow or underdark speech.
Whoa.
Fuck yeah.
Sounds really cool, probably. Right?
Better not be my eyelash.
And just, yeah, so he'll turn invisible, and yeah, he's just going to try to nothing too crazy, just work his way back towards that table.
Yeah. So go ahead and make a acrobatic check to try to maneuver around this. Don't forget, you do have inspiration. Feel free to cash in whenever you want.
So not to metagame, but what's the second check gonna be?
Yeah, I'll just tell you. So it's gonna be acrobatics to kind of get a little bit closer, and depending on how well you roll,
Right.
it's going to either add or lessen the perception check that it takes for you to kind of overhear. Because this acrobatics is trying to see how close you can get.
Acrobatics will probably be most important, so I will go ahead and use my inspiration to get close.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh yeah. So 18.
Perfect. Yeah, you.
As opposed to a natural 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
What are they saying over there?
Hey,
yeah.
you guys hear them?
I
Yeah,
can't hear. The music's too loud.
You easily maneuver your way through this crowd. You know, kind of more familiar with this space. You kind of remember, like just from your background, where you can remember objects or remember how stuff looks geographically. You kind of remember this space, and you're able to kind of maneuver around a little bit easier. And you get about, oh boy, you get about like 6 or 7 feet away from them. I will say make a perception check. The DC is going to be 5. Okay.
I mean, who knows? Okay, good. 13.
Yeah.
You
are easily overhear this conversation. These two, and at this distance, you see these two people that are she's kind of conversing with under their hood. You see that they're both human, both human males. But you hear, Zaruk, which is the lady, you hear her say, well, I haven't seen you two in a while. One of the other companions is like, you know, you're right. You know, how long has it been, friend? Zarek responds, oh, don't know, man. Feels like forever to me. How's your family? Companion just like looks at her seriously, and he says, don't ask that. You know, it's only nagging and shouting. I would rather go to a tavern and share a drink with just Erlone here. You? Zarek's like, same. The other companion's like, we were just talking about Holland. Have you ever heard about his health? Zarok says, you know him? He will be back to good health even when the rest of us are already frozen stiff. That other companion, he's like, oh, strange fellow. He definitely has not inherited this from his old man. He's been dead for almost 30 years. The orcish lady, she's like, your memory must be pretty bad. He has been dead for just 20 years. I am sure of it. You know what? I have some fish soup on my old brick stove at home. It's awful. I've already fed some to the pigs. I need to grab some new things on my way back. The other companion's like, it doesn't surprise me with your lousy cooking skills. My wife can do some good. Want a bite? Zaruk, the orcish lady, she says, sure, let's go. It seems like they're having a conversation about past stuff. But their conversation, that's kind of where the conversation dies down. And they sit there in silence. They sit there in silence for maybe 6 to 7 minutes, drinking from their ale cups. And then they don't continue to converse. They just sit there in silence as they drink. And you see that they all kind of like glance around at the interior of the building. Kind of like, it looks like they're checking their surroundings. Obviously, they don't see you. You're invisible. Even if they chose a roll, perception, they failed because they rolled nat 20 and a 2. So they would have failed because they had disadvantage. Pretty sure that's how it worked. That's how it's gonna work. They don't see you at all. They do look around. You see that they're like looking at different people in this establishment. And then one at a time, after Zaruk, the orcish lady, she gets up first. She stands up. She heads towards the door. And about 2 minutes go by, and another person stands up and they head out the door. And about 2 more minutes goes by, and the last person stands up and begins to head out the door. You kind of notice that this is it seems appropriately a timed exit, right. And very, very much like a very secretive like goofiness.
Right. Am I in a location to see which way? What's her name again?
Zaruk.
To see where Zaruk goes, or do I need to maybe trail her at least to the doorway? Yeah, you see them head out. Are you gonna try to follow after Zaruk is going? Just far enough to see which direction she goes.
Yeah. So I'm not even gonna make you make another acrobatics check. This kind of carries over from the earlier one. She makes it out building, and you kind of stand on like the porch area of this establishment, and you see she begins to head towards the more there's a more western location in town. Like she begins to head down a street to the west. And it looks like she's kind of sticking to alleyways a little bit. You see her go down go down one alleyway.
Okay. And then I'll just wait for everybody else to show up.
Okay. Go over to Fiska and Jayla. You guys arrive at the hooked knucklehead. You guys are inside this building. It's not rambunctious like the North look, but it is very steady with business. And there does appear to be a couple fishermen, a couple scrimshanders, some people that sell pelts, and they're talking amongst themselves. And you see that the lady behind the bar is actively just pouring drinks. What are y'all doing?
I guess looking for Elizo and Lorian.
Yeah.
Actually,
I would actually say about the time you guys kind of arrive, y'all kind of meet in the middle. So you're about to head in. Yeah, you're about to head in, but you see them and you change your direction. You meet up with the others.
We didn't find Zara.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ichabod has eyes on her.
We found some messed up shit, but we'll get into that later.
Yep.
Of course you did.
Okay.
Let's
Any new
go.
jobs?
Yep.
What? Fiska? Would you say Fiska?
Any new jobs?
No.
not
Maybe.
jobs.
In a sense, kind of. But anyways,
Well, yeah.
time
One
to.
problem at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right,
hustle.
let's hustle to the north.
We're moving fast. Quick.
Well, I don't want to bring suspicion to us, but at a steady pace,
Okay.
like a
We're walking with a
Fast.
purpose.
yeah, fast
Yeah.
walking.
Pick up your pace, and as you pick up your pace, Lauren, you feel Smeggle just punching you as you're running along. He doesn't appreciate the bumpy ride. But anyways, you guys make your way back to the north looking. Ichabod, maybe 5 minutes or so after you see 5 minutes after you see Zara kind of disappear in that alleyway,
Okay.
you begin to see your companions approach. But as you were waiting there, you saw that the second person had exited the building. And about the time the companions are coming up, you see the last person exiting the establishment and heading towards wherever. You can assume wherever someone is hiding something or wherever someone went.
Okay.
You guys just come back to the North Look Inn and Tavern, unaware. Yes.
Would Ichabod have seen? Are they going the same? Like going through the same ways
They
that
appear
she
to be.
is going?
They appear to be going in the same direction. Yes.
Okay. That's
I left that
that's
out. Yes,
important.
I tried to. I implied on my own side, but yeah, they are following the same exact path.
And the third person just left.
They just descend the stairs and they're about halfway before they get to the alleyway.
Okay. So as the rest of the folks show up, I'm gonna.
And I can see him if he gets within 10 feet of us.
Yeah.
He's not within 10 feet at the moment, but I remember that. Yep.
So as they get close enough, he's gonna, without hopefully drawing attention, whisper, "We need to follow." And we need to go west and follow the hooded person there.
Okay, lead the way.
It's your normal whisper that you speak in all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
It's very hard to. It's very hard to hear him. You kind of have to cup your ears over the wind. No.
I almost think we're tuned to his voice because he's whispering all the time.
Yeah.
They went that away.
Okay.
All right, lead the way.
Well, he's invisible.
Follow. I can see him.
Oh, okay.
I will say you can only see him within 10 feet. So,
Well, he just.
y'all explain to me how. So, I guess Ichabod is going to be the point man on this.
Right.
Ichabod, explain to me what you would like to do, and then I want the rest of y'all to explain how you follow Ichabod.
So I am going to sneakily drag my feet,
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
and hopefully someone will be able to pick up on where I'm going, and then once again, since we're following these people down alleyways and stuff, as soon as I get out of the main areas and hopefully not too many people are watching, I'll cancel the invisibility spell.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and just make a stealth check for me as you begin to move on. Well, actually, before you make the roll, the rest of you, what are you guys doing? Are y'all just like following behind them within 10 feet so you can see them? Because 10 feet isn't really that far of a
I was
buffer.
just gonna follow him because we don't know the situation really.
Yeah, and we know Jayla can see him, so we would follow Jayla in case the foot shuffling.
I would try to make it look casual, but I'm gonna try to keep on his tail.
Yeah.
I would be following them, but I would be looking around to see if there are any, markings that there's a weird triangle with an eye there. That's not normal.
Yeah, I get it.
Tree glyphs.
Like any markings that would be like da-da-da, or
Okay.
obviously I wouldn't understand it, but
So you guys are just casually just following, basically.
Yeah,
I mean-
Okay.
Elazal's still trying to figure out whether or not he was served beer by a ghost or if there was an actual person there. His brain's just running.
Yeah.
So he's just following.
All right, Ichabod, go ahead and roll your stealth check for me.
Oh, perfect. 16.
Yeah. Okay. You begin to trail. You see this last individual. Like as you're trailing, you're about a good 20 or 30 feet away from the gentleman. But you're making your path. You're slowly dragging it back, and as you're inconspicuously dragging this, you kind of see that the rest of your party is following you, like a bunch of klutzes. You see them following you behind. You feel as if you're not noticed. But you see, it looks like the gentleman in front of you begins to quicken his pace a little bit.
I will quicken mine at a respectable rate.
Okay.
I assume we see them, right? The person.
You see the gentleman at the end of the alleyway, yeah? You don't see Ichabod. When he quickens his pace, you no longer see Ichabod.
Okay, well I'm just gonna assume we're going after them.
Yeah.
If that's what happened.
Okay.
Is there any way we're in an alleyway, so is there any way we can anything we can maybe hide behind or make ourselves look like we're doing something else, or
you get a good sense at this point that you've been picked up on your casual pacing.
cool.
But you can feel free to do that.
I pretend to sell drugs to you guys.
Yes.
I like this. It's fun looking.
how many grams?
And when I say this guy quickened his pace, he didn't run off. He noticeably began to walk a little bit faster, not sprinting. Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to see if maybe, walking down these alleyways, there's it looks like a ton of people have been going one way, and he's basically, I'm trying to determine whether if he's like, oh shit, I've been noticed, I'm not gonna lead them back home, I'm gonna try to lose them.
I would say that's a investigation check. Yeah, I think that would make more sense.
Please. Fuck. I got a 7.
Yeah, these alleyways look very well traveled, regardless of this gentleman. There's footsteps all around it.
If he ever if we're ever in fear of losing him, I would try to, well, maybe when the time comes to it. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys are, those of you feel that are invisible feels that your presence has been detected. Ichabod, you keep pace with this gentleman. This gentleman, he begins to step faster. This alleyway is rather long. You still see the gentleman off in the distance, but his pace has quickened. Those of you that can see kind of notice it, but it's kind of hard, honestly. Ichabod, you see this guy picking up his pace, and you see that about 30 feet there's a corner that goes to the right and to the left. like a split dead end. All of you kind of see that the alleyway kind of like splits two different directions. But the gentleman is making his way in that direction. Yeah, and you're just following him, Ichabod, as he's going. And he gets to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, say at this point, I'm more concerned about keeping him in sight as I am having my party following me.
For sure. Yeah, you see he comes to this dead end, like they're not a dead end, this split. And you see he looks like he freezes for a second and he heads to the left alleyway. And as soon as he gets around the corner of the left alleyway, he begins to break off into a sprint.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best to keep up with him.
Yeah, you guys. Oh.
Yeah, I think we would all run as well, or whatever.
Yeah, so as soon as he disappears behind the corner, you guys just make a break fast pace for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. I will say. Yeah, so Ichabod, this guy takes off sprinting down the alleyway. You begin to sprint after him as well. I need you to make a kind of like a contested acrobatics check to see how far or how much like distance you can maintain or make up.
Okay.
As he's actively beginning to run. We're gonna do this we'll do this as like sort of a pseudo initiative. So this will be like surprise round. Me and you are going, and then the rest of us can all roll initiative and kind of do a pseudo chase initiative. Makes sense. So go ahead, roll a contested acrobatics check for me.
I've got a 14.
Yeah, you begin to chase after this gentleman, and as you're maintaining as best pace as you can, and you're like following left and right. You're following him around some like smaller alleyways, but you see he's getting a little bit ahead of you, a little bit faster than you, but you're not losing anything exponential as he is actively running. At this point, you guys all come down to that where the alleyway splits off to the left and to the right. And we're gonna roll initiative here for this chase. This is gonna be like a chase initiative.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll initiative for me.
22.
Ooh, nice.
15 for Ichabod.
Same.
19.
19.
Nice. My little heart
I have
amulet.
+5 on Dex.
I have a +4 because my heart amulet gives me, well, a +4 on initiative. Because my heart amulet gives me +2.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna the rest of you the party just made it to the alleyway where the guy went to the left. Very first turn, and you see that he is at the far end of the other alleyway. He's about to take he's at another path where it goes right or left. Ichabod, you're maintaining pace with him, so you're not too far away from me. The rest of you guys are about 70, 80 feet away from him.
Okay.
Very long alleyway. But the first up is gonna be Elzel. It's gonna go Elzel, Lorian, Jayla, Ichabod, Fiska. This guy. You said you both have 19s, did you not?
Yeah, but I have.
Then you'll go before him.
Deck.
Go before him.
Wait, why
I'm
do you have
proud
a
of my
+5?
Because she's 20.
Yeah.
Do you have 20 ducks?
Yeah, I added like when I did like pick my level thing.
I don't have
added
that. I don't have that on the graphic. Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you
Alright,
didn't
Elzo, you're up.
get a 19. You got a. What did you get? I'm confused.
She got a 19, but her dex is higher, is what she was talking about.
Yeah, I was
So she
saying my
goes
Dex
before.
is higher.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's a decider.
I got a 22. So I'm still going now?
Yes, Elzo, you were up.
Gotcha.
Jayla's on deck.
She was talking about me and her.
Gotcha. What am I doing?
You tell me. This guy, you see this guy at the other end of the alleyway, about 80 feet away from you. He's at another break left or right decision at this point. You tell me what you're doing. This is like a chase initiative. You can do an action.
Wait, so I see him. Do we assume that Ichabod is in between us and him?
You can't really tell. I
Oh,
mean, you
we
see
don't
like
know.
you
Okay.
see the I mean, like, I would say you can make a free. You can make a environment check to see the perception or like to see the footprints of see if you see any more than just one person's tracks. If that makes sense.
Okay, so just a perception.
And yes,
roll.
Jayla, y'all were spotted. That's why this guy hit the corner and took off running. You guys casually followed him into the alley.
I got a dirty 20 for perception.
Yeah, you see that there are two sets of tracks. You see that there's this guy, and you see like another track that's a little wibble wobbly. That you can assume is Ichabod.
Okay, then yeah, I would just keep chasing, I guess.
Okay, yeah, you.
Elazar would be a little confused, but he'd still keep doing it.
Yeah, so you're using your full action to kind of like dash at this point.
Ooh. How far ahead is he?
He's about 80 feet.
Shit, I mean, there's been no, like, shout out of, like, shoot an arrow in this guy's ankle or, like, stop him, right? It's just been a chase, so yeah, I just dash.
Perfect. Yeah, you book it. Lorian, or not Lorian,
60
Jayla.
feet.
Yeah, Jayla, you're up.
So you said he's like 80 feet away?
Yeah.
Oh, I have two stupid plans.
Cool, go for it.
It's not dumb if it works.
Wait,
Well,
hold on, 1 second.
One is I want to throw Fiska, but I don't know how she feels about that.
Throw me.
I love that idea.
Wait,
Or
I'll just form a
two,
dart shape.
I hope you would go further and then you can like glide.
Uh-huh.
Or I have a grappling hook. And I could just try to grapple him.
wait, but hold on. What I was gonna say was I can use feline agility and I can go double my speed.
Oh, so you can catch him.
So if that's a dash, would that be 120?
Double.
What?
Yeah. What's it say?
Because a dash would be 60, and then I can go double my speed. Or is it double my original speed and then a dash?
Yeah, because I think dash is like a double action, and that's all you would ever get to do. So feline would let you do that. and
Feline
then have
agility
an
is a
action.
special, so I can use it in addition to. It's not a bonus action or anything.
Okay. You move.
You move on your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of the turn. Yep, so you would move
Oh.
120 feet, but when you
Yeah.
get to the end point, you would have to stop and you can't move another. You can't, yeah, you know how it works. You can
But
go
he's
ahead.
80 feet away, so I can basically
Yeah.
jump on top of
You
him.
can like Fat Albert run.
Yeah.
Well, if this was your action, you can't really interact with him because you're using your full action to move and all that, so you can't grapple or do. You just like.
I can
sprint
get
up to
ahead
and
of him.
flash.
Right?
Well, you want to go to the left or to the right? Because this alleyway turns to two directions.
Why would... We're following one specific guy. Do we know where he
Yes.
went?
So you guys just came around a corner, and at the other side of the alleyway, at the end of the alleyway where he's at, it breaks off into two more directions. It goes left or right.
Oh, we didn't see where he went.
No, he's still there. Because
You don't know where he is going to go.
Yeah, you don't know where he's going, but he's at this dead end. He's got the decision for him, left or right.
Right, but I wouldn't move instantaneously. He would still be moving. So I almost feel like you have to tell me which direction he's going so I can get ahead of him.
Well, so this is all happening in 6 seconds. This is all rapid, right? You guys came around a corner. That's why
What's
this
his
is
movement?
initiative
What's
roll.
his movement speed?
He's 30 feet. He's just a normal guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is all happening in rapid. I get what you're saying. This is happening in rapid succession. That's why this initiative is in order, so we can go through the steps of what every character is doing.
How far
So
away
this
is
guy
the
has a-
split?
Well, it's 80 feet. He's at 80 feet. That's where the split's at.
Oh, he's there.
Oh, so he's
He's at-
literally at the
Yeah,
split.
He's at the split. Yes.
Well,
Okay.
see, that's what
And he
I'm
can go
saying. It
left or
doesn't
right.
make sense. He would already pick a direction before I got to him. Right? Doesn't that make sense? Like, I wouldn't move
So
120 feet.
So this guy's moving. He's rapidly running from someone that's following him. You notice y'all are following him, right?
Yeah.
He's at a spot where he can make a right decision or a wrong decision. Right? He can't make that decision in the same time it takes for you to flash sprint towards him. He's still in the process of making this decision.
I guess I pick left. I mean, my decision influences your decision.
Exactly.
Okay. I pick left.
Okay, you're going to the left. He's going to see you, this quick burst of speed, someone he's already picked up on earlier, catch up to him, and you're going to influence his decision to go right. So you don't know whether he was going to go left or right. That's what happens. We're going to go to Jayla. Jayla, you're up. What are you doing?
So, 80 feet. I'm gonna run my 30.
Run.
Hold on, wait a second. I need Fiska. I'm not gonna ask for permission. I'm just gonna kind of grab her,
Okay.
Woo!
have her on my shoulder, kind of like a bazooka would.
Okay.
I'd be like, make yourself a dart.
She darts up.
And I'm gonna throw her using, like, I guess, my strength or
Yeah,
something, and see if I can get her further, because she goes only 2 after me, so I'm hoping that'll give her extra distance.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, and there's gonna be a strength associated to it as far as you can throw her, so go ahead and make a strength roll.
Okay,
Doink her, eat her across the world.
no pressure. Okay. Just like a regular strength.
It'd be an athletics check.
Athletics? That is better. That is better. 22.
Yeah, you dart up Fiska, and Fiska, you go ahead and I'll say go ahead and roll another roll another d20 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Roll another d20, just basic d20.
Perfect spiral.
15.
You throw her for a total of about 45 feet.
Wow.
So you grab her
Jesus.
skinny body and you
So
just
that's
throw
on
her.
top of the 30 feet I've already ran.
So you're gonna if you pick her up and you run with her, it's gonna take you. You can only go 15 feet. It's gonna-
Okay, well, 15 plus the 45. That's
So
still
15 plus
good.
45. So you throw her in total 60 feet. So Fiska, you have been flown through the sky like a dart, and you're about 20 feet away from this gentleman. You all have both. Everyone has seen Elizel kind of just flash burst to the left side. So the rest of you know that this guy's he's only got one right. He can either go fight through Elizel, make that decision, or he can take a right. So you are in the process of catching up to him.
He's gonna size up Elizel. Can I take him?
So Lorian, it's your turn now.
Okay, I'm gonna dash my 60,
Yeah.
and while I'm running, I'll ask, do we want to stop him?
If
Please
I hear
respond.
you, I would be like,
Please.
that was my plan.
Okay. And then I will invoke my Blood Curse of Binding,
Okay.
which is a bonus action, and I'll amplify it. So that means I take a D4. I take 4 damage. And he has to make a strength saving throw, DC 13.
Strength saving throw? Okay.
Yeah, please fail.
He fails. Roll a
Fuck
7.
yeah. Okay, so his movement speed is reduced to 0, and he can't take reactions. And the curse lasts for because I amplified it, the curse lasts for 1 minute. But he can repeat the saving throw at the end of each turn. At the end of each of his turns, so he doesn't have any movement speed. So you'd probably
Yeah, what's it look like when you do this?
You'd probably just hear me say, "Where are you going?" And kind of his the muscles in his legs would just kind of tense up for a second, and he
Okay.
just wouldn't be able to move.
Perfect. Yeah, this guy, you cast his blood curse on him, and his leg seize up, and he just. Elizel, you see him; his legs are like frozen as he's trying to he looks like he's trying to move his legs, but they're just not working. Fiska, you see this guy has been frozen stiff. You are flying through the air like a beautiful little dart, spiraling. What do you do?
I was just gonna open my wings and just kind of like smother him. Just,
Like hug him
That-
with
that
your
was-
wings?
I mean, like I'm picturing like I'm like darting, my wings open, I glide, and then just like
Yeah, envelop. Gotcha.
just like
Like
that,
in
just envelop.
Beastmaster.
So you're trying
Yes.
to,
Are you trying to
grapple him?
suffocate him? Yeah. What are you?
I just was gonna like try and knock him down and also confuse him at the same time.
Okay.
You're tackling him.
Yeah, so go ahead and
I
just
love
make this will be just an improvised. This will be like a grapple check. So it's
Yeah.
going to be
Okay. Oh gosh.
Yeah, you're gonna. I don't even say you have to even make a check. This guy is not going anywhere. He's been locked down. You smother him, and it's just like you're in a chicken coop. There's just feathers flying around. This guy's like, what the fuck is going on?
You're going
Um,
nowhere, bro.
Yeah, this you guys have pretty much caught up to this guy at this point. He has been locked down. He can't do anything. One of his paths is blocked off. You guys have successfully captured this guy. This guy is in a frenzy of feathery wings, and he's just like trying to fight you this whole time. What are y'all gonna do to him? He's like fighting you. He isn't grabbed. He does have like it feels like he has like weapons on him as you're like messing with him, as you're like fluttering around him. But he's like he's so distracted by this strange coffin of feathers and his leg muscles seizing up, and this cat man that just flash burst in front of him. He is.
Are we still in
going
initiative?
through a range of emotions? No, initiative is kaput at this point. You guys have captured this guy. You have him for a minute.
You're going nowhere.
Yeah.
Bro.
I got you
guys
for
have-
1 minute.
Yep.
I'll start restraining him.
Yeah, it's easily. He's trying to put up a struggle, but he's just. It ain't happening.
I will just.
You
I'll
restrain him.
quickly say while you're restraining him, they're expecting him to show up, so we gotta do this quick and go for them, or do this quick and leave.
To interrogate.
Yeah.
I'll restrain him. I'll be like, take his weapon, frisk him. Take his weapons from him.
Hey, get off of me! What are you doing to me?
Shut the fuck up.
You shut up!
Okay. Someone start interrogating him.
I assume he's on the ground now because he's like tied up.
Yeah.
I'm just holding him down.
Yeah. He at this point you have. He's not going.
I'm just
Going
gonna kind of
nowhere.
bend over him and
Oh.
grab his collar. Okay. And grab his collar and be
Oh.
like, "Where the fuck is the half orc? Where are the weapons?"
I was just making an intimidation check. This is the advantage. He's gonna have disadvantage because the odds are just not in his favor at this point.
Give me a reason to kneecap him.
Oh, I gotta stop rolling this dice. Woo! Okay, start rolling that dice. Natural 20 for 23.
Nice.
Oh, she's pretty scary.
Yeah, he's like,
Oh,
what the
intimidation.
fuck? How can I help?
How may I be of service?
You put it like that.
What's her name again? Zaruk?
Zorok?
Zaruk?
Zaruk.
Oh.
Right? Zaruk?
Yeah, that's her name.
Oh, I was asking DM. But...
Yeah, that's her name.
Okay. Where's Zaruk?
Oh, she's gonna be in Therium's warehouse. You just go down that alleyway, take a couple lefts, take a couple rights. She'll be right there in that warehouse for you. Oh, you have such lovely fur and horns, ma'am. You guys are just so beautiful.
Where are the weapons? In the same place?
He just shakes his head. Yeah, pretty much.
Can I
Um,
inside check him, or is it just I'm that scary?
You don't have to make an insight check.
Yeah,
You rolled a
Okay.
nat
rolled a
20,
nat
and
20.
you-
Is he peeing himself?
Okay.
This guy is like this
He
guy.
just
Yeah,
seems happy now. And
Yeah,
that's-
he is at your mercy.
it
at
threw
this
me
point.
he is trying to appease his
Yeah.
the one that's gonna kill him. That's what he thinks.
Yeah, he's trying to stay alive.
Yeah, he
You're
sees
so
that
nice.
the
Don't
odds
kill
are not
me.
in his favor. There are 4 people. Ichabod is still kind of invisible at this point.
Okay, he gave me the directions.
Don't.
He gave me what I needed. I'm gonna let go of his collar and just kind of throw him on the ground and be like, all right, he can't go anywhere. He's tied up.
Well.
Should we just go?
Do we actually know where it was?
Yeah,
where it
he
is?
said-
He gave you
Is that
a
just-
couple-
He says
okay.
He
Left,
gave-
right. He describes it in more
Okay,
detail,
okay.
so
The
it
way you
tells
said it was like very vague, so I didn't know. A
Well,
couple left, couple right.
He said a certain warehouse, which I didn't get, but
Yeah, he
Therium's warehouse.
fully complied.
Okay. Shit, we should.
oh wait,
I can. what?
Elizo, how you doing?
I mean, I'm healthy, but I'm limited.
Oh, we
Are
gotta
we ready
go.
for a fight?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether or not I'm ready. It's
All right.
now or never.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll-
fucking go, and I'll
I'll
just
try-
start sprinting.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna tie him up because I didn't tie him up. I just had him held down.
Oh, I thought
I would
you
say
tied
during
him.
the whole process you tied him
Yeah.
up. That's fine.
Okay, nice.
Okay. A sprint.
I'll take the shoes.
Okay.
He complied.
You took his shoes. He has no shoes and probably will have frostbite.
That's the point. Let's go.
Yeah, he's tied up in the alleyway, gagged in the alleyway, just sitting there in the corner.
Well, because I
crying a
figure
little
he'll
bit.
get out eventually, but
At least he's alive, I guess.
Yeah, so you guys head to Theron's warehouse. You follow this guy's instructions, and you don't see this half-orc woman or this other what?
When we get close, we should probably be quiet. That's all I was
Sure.
gonna say.
we're stealthing.
So do you want to head just make stealth rolls right
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
before y'all approach? Perfect.
Ooh, you're gonna love this one. I got a natural 20.
Nice.
I am
24.
I am not Milo. I got an
What'd you-
11.
13.
10.
18.
Not a
18?
rogue.
Or 8.
I'm supposed to be good at stealth too, but I always roll like 4s when we do stealth rolls, so like the pluses aren't helping much.
Yeah, I said 18.
18.
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
Emily, do you have Pass Without a Trace?
No.
Oh,
She's a
so
rogue.
I only have one level.
Is that not a rogue ability too?
I think you don't get that until level 2.
Okay,
Level 2 rogue.
gotcha.
Pass Without a Trace is a druid and ranger thing.
Oh, is it?
Oh really?
Interesting.
Yes,
You would
and
think it'd be
then-
a rogue thing too.
And then it's a racial for a Earth Genasi.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
don't do it as rogue.
You guys stealthily head in the directions given by the gentleman. You find yourself turning alleyways left to right, and eventually you make your way towards more of a center, more center of the town. And about this point, it's about five-ish. And you see, as you like stealth, you're kind of in this alleyway, so you see this warehouse of a building. I'm kind of coming in distance, and you kind of crouch down. And you see about right at the door of this establishment, this big wooden door. You hear these. You see this half-orc woman and this thug, and they're looking around wildly, waiting on this other individual. And you see the half-orc is like, she just shrugs towards the other guy, and the other guy shrugs as well. And they head into the building. They don't seem to have noticed you. And you hear, as they enter the building, you hear this loud audible click that just echoes. That you figure that they locked the door. There are no windows on the exterior of this warehouse, and from where you currently are, you only see this large double-sided door, like kind of like a slide door, kind of like a barn sliding door.
Hmm.
And the only other thing that is on the exterior of this building is you see on the far right side of the building, you see what looks like an empty wagon. But as you kind of come out of the alleyway, that's all you see. You see this side of the building has no windows, and you see that gate, double door. But that's about all you really see.
And they don't.
They
Okay.
didn't
cool.
notice you.
I was just gonna
They
say,
didn't notice
Elzel will be like, do we go in, or is this like a stakeout thing?
If
Bring
the
If we go in, we're going to have to blast our way in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'd-
we could pick a lock.
do
Hopefully,
any
and
of
I
us
turn
do
to
that?
Fiska.
I mean, unless there's just they just put like a big
She
bar
just does it with
across
her
it
beak.
from the inside.
Uh-huh. She sticks her beak
Yeah,
into
that's
the lock and then like sticks her tongue out, and that's what actually
yes,
like,
shape of any key.
she pulls out her actual thieves tools.
Okay. I was like, I didn't know if we had those.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I have thieves
We.
tools. Yes. I'm not that bad of a rogue.
We do have to keep in mind what Ichabod said, though. They might have a bar on the inside of the door, right? It might not.
It may not matter.
just be a lock. Yeah.
I could break the door.
Yeah, we just want to. I mean,
Be
I
better
guess
if we didn't
pick-
have to
we
go
pick
in
the
loud.
lock. We
No.
pick the lock. If we can't open it, then we decide whether or not we want to be loud, right?
You should.
Yeah, we don't
You
know.
should
how
Either
have
to
way,
get
we're
in
going in the
there.
front door.
You should help
Everyone
her.
inside.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't mind
Should
helping
we
her, but that
survey
won't.
the whole?
Yeah, no, I know. I understand what you're saying. I'm just
I didn't
saying that
know.
won't help a bar on the door. Yes.
Right. Right. I'm just reminding you.
Yes, thank you.
But I didn't want to say this. You know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
yeah. I'll guide you.
All right, so you, Elazelle and Fiska, you make your way up to the door. Yeah, you guys approach.
The way he said that.
I was trying to figure out something on my end. Yeah, you go ahead and what are the, so as those two approach, what are the other three of you doing? What are y'all approaching as well? Or are y'all trying to go around the building, or what else are y'all doing?
Ooh, interesting idea. I don't know if that.
Yeah, I asked if we were gonna survey like all around. Do
Well, I thought we
wanna do
already.
that?
I thought we were already told there were no like windows or anything on the building. Didn't you say that, Jacob?
That he did
From
say
this
there were
side
no
of the building.
windows.
Oh,
you see
from
no
this
windows.
side. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to go in once the lock is picked. So if you all want to survey while we're picking the lock.
All right, Lorian.
Would my natural 24 carry over?
Into the stealth check.
Yeah.
I don't want my soul check.
All or nothing.
I will say I will say as you make your way around the building, you will.
Yeah.
It will continue to carry around, but if you come across like a door or a window or some sort, then there will probably be another
Sure.
stealth check. So are you going to the left or the right of the building?
The left.
Left side? Okay.
Ichabod's still invisible.
You still are,
So-
yes you are.
Yeah, because it lasts for an hour.
Sure does.
So he'll go to the right.
Okay, perfect.
I guess I'm with Lorian.
Sorry, I'm
Is the
Brain's
whole
I'm the
building
homie.
exposed? It's not like built into anything. It's like you actually see all sides.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I one second. So it looks a little. I have the scene set up.
Oh, cool.
It's gonna be hard. Our boy doesn't have his stuff set up right now. It should be active.
You can watch the stream.
All he has alt text. So Elazelle
E-
and
This
You'll see
building is
everything.
just open the
irrelevant.
stream, dude.
I want to check out that irrelevant building.
Is Grim Standard one word?
It's two.
Okay, it's the
Yeah, so-
BFPD.
Yeah. So basically, Ichabod, what they're seeing is that this is this building kind of surrounded by other buildings, but pretty much as I
Actually-
described it.
Yeah, I've actually got YouTube pulled up.
Nice.
Perfect. So I have y'all's tokens on various sides. So I will say we can do Fiska and Elza. If you guys, how do y'all want to play this? Do y'all want to keep pursuing around the building, or should we let Fiska and Elza pick them? How do y'all want to proceed as players?
Well, if they pick the lock, that doesn't mean they have to open the door. And they were picking the lock while we're walking, so I figured that probably happens first.
Well, I guess yeah. The question is like if we successfully pick the lock and the door is openable, is there a reason to survey the rest of the building, or do we all go in the front?
Ichabod does not want to just walk in the front door right when those people walked in and locked it behind them.
It's cool.
Yeah.
That's legit.
We'd be cutting off other escapes, but it's also more dangerous to split up like this. But
But we'd also be surrounding them,
Oh.
so
yeah,
Maybe
we
I
just don't
should
know how
go
many
with
people are in there.
Ichabod.
What's that?
I said maybe I should go with Ichabod.
Ichabod.
Yeah, maybe.
He is invisible though.
Yeah, he's fine.
But you can
It's
see
He's a
set
him.
on
big boy.
fire.
I said, but you can
This
see him.
guy.
Set that I had that thought. I was like, oh, I could just light up my weapon, and but I was like,
The city may not appreciate that.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
So I will guide Fiska, and then I will look around behind us to see if anyone's watching.
That's funny.
us
Yeah, you're
picking
gonna
these
start say it one more
locks.
time, Sarah. You can start giggling.
I will guide Fiska and then look around
Hell yeah,
to see
dude.
if anybody's watching us picking these logs.
Perfect. Yeah, you go ahead and make a perception check for me, and Fiska, you can roll a lock picking check and add a d4 to it as well. Guide it. Comes the lock picking. I'm pretty sure it's what sleight of hand plus your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? It's not just thieves' tools.
What does it say?
Not the look.
Ichabod's just going to take a nap in the wagon.
I'm EP.
Yeah, there's a skill check associated with, so it's going to be a sleight of hand check plus your proficiency bonus. So you would add door. It would be a total of +2 from your sleight of hand, +2 from the proficiency bonus, and then the D4 that LSL gives you.
Cool. Okay.
Craig, what'd you get?
A 7 on my perception. Not good.
23.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I do use my tongue.
You've
Yeah,
been here
you-
before.
Yeah, you.
what that tongue do?
This is a lock. You've picked many locks in your time, and this one is no different than those. And you have successfully and quite quietly unlocked the door. There's no loud audible click, but you do feel it give way as you turn you maneuver the thieves' tools a little bit, and you feel the door unlock. So the door is no longer locked.
I step aside and give a slight bow.
I'm just like, nicely done. Do we open it now? Like, should we go in now? Or are we just like...
Just take a little peek.
We didn't really decide on like a code word or a moment. So,
It motioned to us.
are you still right where you are on the map?
Yeah, I think we would have walked over there and she's lockpicking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like,
Y'all can feel free to move y'all's tokens too. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't want to move it without.
but yeah, if you are gonna move any further, like this is you are at the Ichabod. You could probably be like further over if you wanted to be.
Yeah,
So-
Ichabod is not gonna.
Yeah.
the
Regardless
can be-
of where the door's unlocked or not, he's not gonna go around the front door very much.
Yeah. So basically, what happened is Fisk and Elizel, this door unlocked, and the rest of you kind of enter to this like spots that you're at on the map right now. So anything going forward is all up to you.
Okay,
right?
so the instant I heard it unlock, I would give the thumbs up, just like right above my head.
I'm just gonna motion that I'm gonna look. And then I imagine me and Jayla moving lockstep practically.
Yep.
So Jayla, you can move your piece and then I'll just move it afterwards. I'll move my
Why do
piece.
you want me to go first?
Well, no, I'm right beside you. I just don't want to move my piece until we're done.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
20. Was that 30? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're on initiative, so feel free to move as far
Oh yeah.
Oh.
less as you want.
Well, I want to go around the corner if that's good.
Yeah, if you guys, because if y'all
Take
got
a
the
little
signal,
peek.
y'all can walk the rest of
Okay.
the way. Ichabod, what are you doing as you see this thumbs up? Are you staying put, or are you gonna keep maneuvering around?
No, I'm gonna keep moving up. Now I'm gonna go north around the building.
You're gonna kind of go to the edge as well up here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should have checked the wagon.
He said it was empty.
Yeah, it is empty. It is empty.
Okay. I
Very
thought
much
that
like on
was
the
like
screen.
a tarp or something.
Yeah, so at this point we're gonna yeah, you guys have made your way around the building. Fiska, not Fiska. I'm sorry. Actually, you all kind of here at this point. Fiska and Elzo, you kind of hear a little bit of talking from inside the building. Ichabod, you kind of as you come around, you see that there's a window kind of further. There's a window on your side of the building that you kind of come around to, and the rest of y'all see that there are windows as well. And you hear some murmuring inside. You hear people. It sounds like two people that are kind of they're kind of on edge. Like where did Jimmy Joe go? Why didn't he make it? Well, then you hear Zaruk. She's like, "Who cares about where he went? We need to get these weapons and we need to sell them. But we need to move them before Tharm comes tomorrow." The other guy's like, "Okay, for sure. What should I do with them?" And she's like, "Well, we need to put them in the wagon outside. So we should probably get put them in the wagon and get that hauled off. I have a contact coming in. That's going to move the wagon for us. Morning. We just have to be gone before Tharm comes back."
Write that down.
And you
Tharum?
hear various people like you hear them shuffling some boxes around on the inside of the building.
You said Tharum? That's the guy's name they're talking about?
Tharum's warehouse. They're in Tharum's warehouse.
and-
That's who owns
okay.
this building. Yeah.
And then someone's coming in the morning for the wagon.
But as you guys are all listening on this conversation, you listen a little closer. And that's it for tonight, folks. We're gonna come back next Friday and we're gonna see what happens at Tharum's warehouse, as the party has pinpointed where these stolen weapons are gonna be. I thank you for tuning in if you stayed around and watched. Yeah, thanks for coming. was cool. Thanks for being here. I would like to say thanks for choosing us to start off your weekend. I hope you have a great weekend, everyone that watched, and all the players as well. So thank you for tuning in, Tabletop Tuner. We will be back live next Friday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Good night.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
Good night.